And good afternoon from the Shirk Center on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan University. This is the 2025 State Farm Classic and it's championship day with the QND Raiders taking on the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers. Hi, I'm Jeff Wellman. As we put a 5 days together between the State Farm playing coach covering the Raiders and the Blue Devils from the girls' side to Collinsville, and it all ends up right back at the Shirk Center where we started as this Raider team 3-0 in the tournament, averaging 65 a game and around 44 given up, will take on Joliet Catholic, the Hilltoppers, close to 57 a game at about 51.2. But we'll break down what they're actually doing in the tournament in the 3 games in a second. But to do that, we got to bring in Coach Pettit. And, Coach, it has been a fun week and should be a great day here for the Raiders.
Fun, long, grinding week, but 8 games in 5 days and watching some, premium basketball, by the Quincy High School basketball teams, with Notre Dame, Quincy High girls, Quincy High boys.
And, of course, the Lady Raiders are off, and we'll talk about them a little bit, too, because they played a heavy schedule coming into the holidays, and they played, 5 games, I believe, or 6 games in 3 days, I believe it was. 5 games in 7 days.
Yep.
So a lot of games. And that gives them the chance of really being in a tournament and then coming out and enjoying the holidays and coming back.
And the places where they're going to play, they're playing top-notch competition, which is going to get them ready for the postseason.
Indeed. We're ready here for this ball game. Talked to Coach Altmix a little bit here, and we've gone on a little bit early here because we can have that. Plus, there's a lot of history I'd like to talk about today about this place and the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. Getting ready for the Shirk. It's supposed to be a 5:15 start, but they actually said 20 minutes, so it should be about 5:10. They got done a little bit early there, so trying to get the game going a little early as well.
Well, and that's the one thing you find out on championship day here. You've got a bunch of closely matched teams playing, for that last W to get the heck out of here. You know what I mean? So, you're going to see some close games. You're going to see some overtimes. Luckily, we're right on tune.
Indeed. Of course, we are at the Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better beds, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. And this is the Mecca pregame show. We'll return. We'll hear from Coach Altmix and his comments brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group. It's great Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at meccasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@meccasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/meccasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
Brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. And welcome back to the pregame show. Time for the coach's comments. Brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. With me, the head coach of the Raiders, Greg Altmix. And we started here day after Christmas. We finish here, and here is the Shirk Center. Nice thing is, undefeated championship game. Pretty good stuff.
It's fun. We've had a great time up here, heading to Champaign on Sunday, winning ball games, time spent together. It's been a great experience for these guys.
Team has played very well, too. We got to cover the first. We got to watch the next 2, which is nice being in the stands and actually get to watch the ball game. Out of those 3 games, defense looked darn good. What do you take from them?
We just have to do a little bit better job of executing on the offensive side. When you give up 107 points in 3 games, and that's about 30. I think it was about 30. I think it's 37 better than the next team. You're doing something right on the defensive end. It's not just who you're playing against. And so, that side I'm comfortable with. The offensive side is where, we're running our zone offense. We don't run you don't see much zone. So the biggest thing for us was the timing. We were running it properly, but the timing was off. And if you've got to hold the ball for an extra second or two, now all of a sudden the guy's not in the right spot. You've got to reverse it. Now all of a sudden the guy's showing up. Well, now our timing going on the reversal is off. And so, the guys that have been running it, it's just the timing has been off, and that's what's kind of made our offense a little, just kind of look like it's been mucked up a little bit. And so, we may see some zone tonight. I kind of actually hope that we do. I hope they kind of play it like they did last night, where they played some zone, they played some man, because, we could definitely use some work on our zone offense.
You want me to ask him if they'll play zone for you tonight? So, Joliet Catholic, 3 guards. Armstrong's one of them. Got a big guy inside. From your scouting report, what'd you think?
Our concern is their guards. They'll pull up and shoot it from anywhere on the court. If you pressure them too much, they'll go by you on the drive. So we've got to make sure that, we want to give up, if we're going to give up threes, we just want to make sure that they're contested. We don't want to give up open threes, and we don't want to be so tight that we're letting guys go by us and get good twos. So we want to try to eliminate the good twos and contest the threes.
Well, I tell you what, in 16, I think it was our last championship. I was here. It was my first year covering the Raiders, and I broke out the shoes that Scott Douglas had for those years, and I wore all the way to CYO, so I thought a little luck can always help out.
It never can hurt, the more you practice, the luckier you get is one of the mantras that I still remember my dad saying. And so, we've made sure to, while we've been up here, get our time in the gym and run through some things. So hopefully both a lot of skill and a little bit of luck will help us out tonight.
Your dad also said when you leave the gym, wear a cap, and it was cold and windy, and your comment was, I'm not playing.
I wasn't playing. I had a hood. I was hot all game, and so I walked outside. It actually didn't feel too bad outside last night. It was cold, but it didn't feel too bad, and I didn't have far to go. So, but no, I when you said that, I remember how many times my dad said that standing outside of St. Dominic's in the middle of winter with it being cold outside. So, good memories.
Thank you, Don. You came through me on that one. So, hey, good luck, and we'll catch you after the game.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
And that's Greg Altmix, head coach of the QND Raiders. When we return, championship day, and it's the QND Raiders ready to take the crown right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Kunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Kunis Honda.
And Kunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Kunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Kunis makes it easy.
And we're back at the Shirk Center Wellman and Pettit pregame show, and it's the Mecca Sports Co. pregame show. As the Raiders come in 10-0 in this game, Hilltoppers are 8-3. You heard Coach talk. In the games leading in, Notre Dame, first game, El Paso Gridley, won 62-38. Second game, Bloomington Central Catholic, 62-43, and then beat Fieldcrest last night, 52-26. So the Raiders are averaging just under 59 points a game. You heard Coach Altmix, the defense, 35.7 on defense. The other side, Joliet Catholic beat Tri-Valley 47-39 first game. Bishop Mac 65-48 in the second game. And to get here, Normal U, it took overtime, 57-55. They're averaging 56.3, close to the Raiders, but they're giving up a little bit more. They're giving up 47.3 as well.
Well, defense is where the Raiders hang their hat. You know what I mean? And today, gosh, you've got a guard-oriented team. 3 of them made 10 threes in the last game. So you need to find out where the guards are. You need to stay with them. Do not leave them, because it's drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. So that's going to be a big thing. Now, once again, they're firing up threes. You got to make sure on the glass that you make sure you get your butt on somebody, especially on the weak side. Long shots, going to give you long boards. That will be their best offense tonight. getting the defensive rebound, getting it out, kicking, and running and going.
Looking at that so far in the tournament, Gavin Dolman leading the way with 46 points. He's averaging 15.3. F-Tank's around 11 points. Allensworth didn't get a lot of scoring last night. Didn't need him. 9-3. You've got Reed at 8-3. So some good balance out there. And even Walker and Togarepi with 6 and 5-3. So some good balance there. You mentioned the other side is Jaden Armstrong with 56 points in 3 games, almost 20 a game. Donovan Simmons has 41. And Danny Cervantes, he's got 23, but he only played 2 games, so I'm not sure. It was the middle game, so he came back in the third. So whether it was a quick injury or not, I'm not really sure. But that's kind of the guys out there. And speaking of Gavin Dolman, talked to Grandma the other night, Donna Schutte. And, of course, she said, you know, that's my grandson. Yes, I do. And he's going on to play football at Western Illinois, so a great job there. And I'm sure Grandpa Don Schutte is looking over him. We knew him quite well. And so a shout-out there. And when you shout him out, you got to give Tom Sparrow and all those other guys. Actually, he's with Mark Camphouse now, a good buddy who was up there saving a spot for him there. So looking at the lineup then, too, it's going to be shooters. It's going to be watching those shooters and covering and getting the long rebounds.
Well, make sure like Coach said, challenge the shot. You know, make sure you're attached to the shooters. You know, so when they go up, you at least challenge it. You know, make sure that you let your teammates know, ball's up. You know, time to box out now. So, yeah, I'm expecting a very good defensive performance tonight from the Raiders.
I hope so, too. And if you're not playing D, Coach almost have you sitting over there by him.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's the pregame show. We'll come back with more of that. We're going to talk about the history of this tournament and the history of Quincy Notre Dame in this tournament. I talked to Scott and Amy Douglas. You know, I already had my stuff lined up, but you'll get some interesting comments there as well. It's going to be the Raiders in Championship Day taking on the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And welcome back to the Shirk Center. Coming out of that break, that was Woodmart Building Center. By the way, got some new liners tonight on that one. Ideas for every room, for every project. Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. I'm waiting for some threes, and if they don't fire them up, I'm going to be jumping in and putting them in place anyway. So, and we'll talk about Kevin and the gang there. And, of course, the coach's comments brought to you by Kunis Auto Group, and it's also KunisHonda.com, KunisHyundai.com. If you can't spell Hyundai, you can surely spell Honda. Get there, and you'll be able to get to the site. And we talked about they sold the Accord that I was driving for the first part of the season. Now I'm in a Chevy Malibu 2024 with about 68,000. They're going to try to sell it out from under me. We're going to see how many cars can be sold out from Jeff throughout the basketball season. So good luck out there, guys. All right, looking at this tournament. You know, it's been around a while, Coach, but you know it was not always the State Farm Classic. When it started in 1975, it was the Illinois State Classic. It lasted for about 10 years, and then we had a lull there for about 5 years. And I remember they were down like, were they going to have the tournament or not? It became the University High Classic from 1990 to 1994. Then in 1995 until 98, it changed, the Bloomington Normal Classic. Then State Farm came in and put their stamp on it, and Pam Pettit came over and said, I want to sponsor this tournament. Pam, of course, your sister, worked at State Farm many years. She retired.
Pam Shepard.
Oh, that's right. It was Pam Pettit. It is Pam Shepard.
She's been Shepard longer than Pettit.
We'll shout out to her then. So, well, she was always a shepherd taking care of her lost sheep there and her older brother. State Farm Classic, 1999 to the present. So a lot of years out there. Notre Dame got in this tournament around 1999. Scott Douglas a part of that. In 2000, Notre Dame got third. Tied for third. I guess they didn't have a third-place game, so they tied with Alleman. At that time, the all-tournament team, Patrick Cook. So that takes you back a while. Patrick was a good ball player. Really enjoyed him. Came up through the CYO at St. Dominic. 2001, they got first place. Patrick Cook would be all-tournament again. Kyle Schutte, Mary O'Brien's son, one of our classmates, turned around and he made all-tournament as well as Patrick. 2002, how about back-to-back first place? The Raiders had Adam Turstrip in that group there. And so 3 straight. He had third, first. Then we have a second in 2003, Johnny Baki's team. He makes all-tournament. And then 2004, another first. So nice job, the Raiders, when they get in there after their first year here. 2000, third, first, second, first. Lucas Cramsey and Sean Emmerich, all-tournament that year. Then we had a little tough years. It's called 2006 to 2009. We're moved up to the AA. And AA is a big game there. Of course, in the past, the A team played the AA on the 5th day. And I think they got rid of that after a while, saying that's way too long a tournament. You finally get done, and then you're matched up against the AA. Got back in 2011. Golden Ball is back to Notre Dame. Alex Fitch is helping them that way. The next year, it's a second place in 2012. Alex Fitch again on the all-tournament. The Raiders would win in 15. In 16, which I was part of up here, broadcasting for my first year with, I think Jim Bearden might have actually been doing that. And then 17 fourth and 18 second. So we had a nice run there again of first, fourth, and second. Justin Bodorf made the all-tournament team in 16. And Mac Little played so good in 17. They got 4th place. He made the all-tournament team there. Speaking of Mac Little, today is his birthday. A shout-out to Mac Little. Happy birthday there. And that's what we talked about when he was up here. I think he might have played on his birthday during that year. 2020, there was no tournament. But in 2021, the Raiders got 6th. But Jacob Wallingford made the all-tournament that year. And when you look back at that, the year that I remembered is my first year. And I've got the championship book here. I had to look at this. Going back, Coach, it was QND Raiders, 10-1, taking on the St. Joseph Ogden team that was 11-2. They had a guy named Brandon Trimble. Trimble had 51 points, 7 threes, 10 for 11 from the charity stripe. The Raiders played tough defense on him. This kid bumped, falling to the floor, shooting, did a lot of stuff. I think he went to Wisconsin Parkside. But the Raiders put 6 guys in double figures. Leading the way was Justin Bodorf. He had 17, 15 from Carter Cramsey, 11 from Jacob Mayfield, and then we had 10 points from Mac Little, 10 points from Johnny Ray, and Wade Willer, 10 points as well. So 6 guys, double digits, took home the crown, 81-73 in that contest.
Well, I remember Trimble. I mean, he was out there at the volleyball line with 2 people on it, and just drilled them.
Good news is the Raiders came away with that golden ball that year. And so for the history of it, if I count this right, 6 championships. We had a second. They did on that 2001. They called a second place because we lost against the AA team. But you go back, we had a second in 03, 12, and 18. So 3 second place, a third, and a fourth. Not too bad in the history for QND Raiders.
No, they've been here a long time. They played a lot of good teams, coming through here, and obviously bode very well.
We shout a happy birthday to Mac Little. We also have happy birthday to Frank Can. He did all the video. Great guy on that. He did the videos when we were there in the 16, 17, 18 season. He also did a lot of other Notre Dame stuff as well. He is awesome out there. Happy birthday, Frank. Candy Earhart, happy birthday to you. That's Matt Earhart's wife. She was a teacher at St. Dominic's. Of course, co-wholesale. Free one there, Matt. And Danny Powell, 1978, our classmate. His birthday today, so I imagine 66, unless he's a late one, which would be like you in November, and it takes a little wait longer there. So happy birthday to all those guys. And I did miss one the other day. On the 28th, Jeff Hogue, my classmate from 78, good basketball player, didn't play his senior year, but was a heck of a golfer. He's in the Hall of Fame and had a great 2-year run at the state tournament. So happy birthday to them. And I'm not sure if Ed Zanger, so many times they've said it was his birthday, and it wasn't. So, Ed, we're going to give you a birthday wish as well. So all those guys out there, happy birthday. I'll even throw one out to Mark Weiss. I don't know if you remember him. He played at Rocky for Leggett. And then he came down and lived with Leggett and then played for Culver Stockton, better known as Bonehead when he played over there, and my roommate. So happy birthday to all those out there. We'll sing it here off the air so I don't get in trouble. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Mecca Sports pregame show and the championship for the Raiders right here at the Shirk Center and on meccasportsco.com.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the Dew.
Get a six-pack.
Back after a quick one there from Mountain Dew. I had a quick drink of Mountain Dew as well. And, now I want something to eat. And I drove by there today, so Greg Green, I actually made it by before I came up. By 8 open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main. Not open until Thursday and Friday from 11 to 8, and then on Saturdays noon to 9. I will be there soon, and I will try it out. That's 8 open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main, Quincy. All right, I talked to Coach Douglas and Amy right before the game. And I said, what's some of your best memories up here? And Amy said, you can't say that on the air. And so I'm not sure if winning a championship also had, its benefits. I did tell him, though, their son now is playing for the Raiders, and he is now a senior. The last one, they had him during that tough spell of AA basketball. So I got a feeling they were trying to make it through there. Shout out to Amy and Scott. Of course, they are here. And Scott Douglas had 38 wins as a coach up here. He is number 7 on the all-time list. Kevin Meyer had 21. He falls down there in the 10 to 12s. Congratulations to both those guys on their years. Welch had 42. And with a couple wins here, he'll be passing Cal Hubbard. The list is David Witzig, Tom Siegel, Mike Miller, Cal Hubbard. That's not a bad coaching staff.
No, very good coaching staff.
And I'm not sure if we're going to have the national anthem. I think we had the national anthem for the girls' game. It was a game where Paris won the title here. Then they beat Winnebago.
Yeah.
I kept looking down thinking it was Wheaton Warrensville South. We knew it was not because that's the team that the Blue Devils from the girls' side played. Getting ready for – and I'll tell you, Coach, Joliet Catholic played 7 players in 3 games. They got 20 in the book. You only got 15 slots. So I put the first 7 in the book, and when they start emptying the bench, it's time to scramble and pull it off. And I'm quite well at doing that. Starting lineups, of course, coming here. On the I had to double check out what uniforms because they were pretty close. We had the striped pants over here. But the Raiders will be in their road blue, trimmed in white and gold, blue, white, and gold.
This contest features the Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame.
And on the other side, it's Joliet Catholic, Columbia blue, brown, and white. And I do know what the Raiders actually hold in here. Because I know we actually call that a specific color. I don't want to nail it right. Navy, Vegas gold, and white. So with Vegas, we'd like to have a little gold today, and we take home that gold ball.
Well, that's the goal. I think, Notre Dame getting seeded 3rd in this tournament, is a disrespectful. Hey, well, seriously, I mean, you got 10 and OT or an undefeated team coming in. You beat 2 Western Big Six teams, and you come in as a 3 seed. In the small school here. No.
Who was the 1 and 2? Who was the 1 and 2? Do you know? I hadn't looked to take a double check on that. We did know they were the 3rd. I'm not sure on the brackets.
Yeah, they were the 3rd. So I don't know who was 1, who was 2, but that's what I saw today, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's got to be a chip on their shoulder. When hey, you go out there with the chip, make them knock it off, and I think you're going to see a heck of a performance tonight from the Raiders.
Raiders starting lineup coming out now. Bo F. Tank. He's a senior, 6'3", going to ISU. He'll be up here next year watching, playing golf at DA Rings. Number 12, TJ Togorepi. It's a lot easier than it sounded. I called him TJT, but it's easier than you think. 6'1" sophomore. Jace Allensworth, number 14, the 6'3" senior. He's heading to Quincy University for Coach Hoyt. Number 22, Robbie Reed, 6'5", senior. And rounding out the starting lineup, that would be Donna Schuette's grandson, Gavin, I almost forgot his name then, Gavin Dolman, number 30, and he'll be playing football and wide receiver. And it always looks like an 80 up at Western Illinois University. The head coach, Greg Altmix, assisted by Alex and Jordan Altmix. And those are the only guys that are here right now. So those are the only guys get mentioned.
Well, Allensworth should have be plenty rested because he only played about 2-3 minutes second half of last night's game.
Here's your starting lineup for the Hilltoppers. Number 1, Jaden Armstrong. He's a shooter, 6'1" senior. Number 2, Donovan Simmons, also a scorer, 6'1" junior. Danny Cervantes is in the lineup. He's a 6-foot junior. We'll drop down to Brady Tunkel, where's number 15. He's a 6'3" junior. And the guy in the middle, number 24, Elias Passell. He's a 6'8" junior. Head coach for the Hilltoppers, Adam DeGroot, assisted by Bill Hamilton, Ryan Peter, and company. Here we go, Coach.
Should be a good game.
It's time to set it up here. Championship time. Raiders will work right to left on your dial like all weekend here in Collinsville. It is radio or audio only. Love it from a radio guy here. In the center circle will be Dolman. Also in there, Passell. Ball is tipped. Here go the Hilltoppers. In for the first layup. Donovan Simmons got the ball, made a twist into the basket. Hilltoppers lead 2-0. In the half-court set, Hilltoppers picking up on D.
Man-to-man.
At the top, TJ. Toga Repi to the right side. Allensworth in the high post is Dolman. F-Tank went backdoor. It wasn't there. Dolman at the top. Goes all the way into the hole. Off the glass, but a good move. TJ's inside. It's a jump ball. TJ had a hold of it as well as Tunkel. And since the tip went to the Hilltoppers, it will be Raider basketball. At the left elbow, we've got 3 of our guys, Reed, Allensworth, and Dolman.
That's one of those 50-50 plays you got to get.
F-Tank, long range from 3, no good. Weak side rebound, the big 6'7" kid. That's Passell. Skinny, but 6'7", 6'7". In transition, first 3. We talked about him throwing it up, and Donovan Simmons hits the 3 from the right wing. 5-0 Hilltoppers.
You're going to have to find Armstrong, Simmons, and Cervantes, or it's going to be a long night.
F-Tank picked his dribble up in the right corner. Allensworth from the college 3. Good. Jason Allensworth hits a 3, gets the Devils. Check that. The Raiders on the board. You knew that was going to happen. The Raiders with a steal here. We'll catch up on that 3 in a second. Robbie Reed goes to dunk it, and he misses it. The steal was by TJ, and it popped out. And on the other end, Passell will dunk it. So we missed one on one end, and on the other end, boom, a dunk. And that's a quick 5-point turnaround, Coach.
4-point swing, and now 7-3. Joliet Catholic with 6:30 to go.
By the way, your project partner was Woodmart Building Center after that 3-pointer since 1978, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. In the offensive set, Allensworth from the left side. Takes it to the lane, fakes, and he got beat up last night, got smacked in the face. Jace goes to the floor, but he's getting a chance to shoot it unless they said he was on the floor.
What?
I think so. It was on the fake, and since that's when you got to go and make the motion towards. 15 was Tunkel, first foul of the ball game.
I'll give him a 2, but I'm not a referee.
Box out of bounds play. Dolman in the strong corner pops out. F-Tank on the wing. Ball to the top. Skips it inside. Allensworth, and he posts up inside. He took down there Cervantes for the score.
Yeah, he's 6 foot, not going to be able to guard him underneath the basket.
And quickly at the other end, that was Passell, was it not?
Yeah, nice floater.
Big man inside with the score. It's 9-5 inside 6 minutes. First quarter action here for the championship. Man-to-man coming. The big man kind of floats in the paint, stays there. Dolman to the right side. F-Tank's going to shoot over Passell. Good! F-Tank had to have the arch to get over Passell. 9-8, cutting the deficit to 1.
Good idea, pulling the big guy out and letting him challenge the shot.
Allensworth with the steal. Jace up, under, good. Allensworth with a score. He's got 7. Raiders got 10, up 10-9, 5:25 left first half action.
Good start for Allensworth. He had 2 last night.
And Passell got the pass down to him. Dolman got back, tipped it. Passell almost touched it. But it will be Hilltoppers under their own basket. By the way, lumber, hardware, doors, windows, decks, flooring, siding, all right there at woodmartbuildingcenter.com. And at their place on 12th and Seminary Road. Approaching 5 minutes, a pull-up, no good. Tipped out here at our near side.
Good job by Dolman on the defensive glass.
TJT, better known as Toga Repi, with the basketball, being guarded out there by Armstrong. Gets a screen from Reed and a second screen, but he didn't use it. Dolman was tandem screening out there at the top. Reed, hesitation dribble. Reed to the hole, and I think that's the advantage that the Raiders have. They've got a bigger size as we ran off 7 straight points, lead 12-9. You knew after that many games. So inside, long pass. And behind the Raiders was Tunkel. Tunkel gets the easy layup, and it stops that 7-point run by the Raiders, who still lead by 1.
I always say, when you're in the zone, you still got to be matched up. We weren't matched up that time.
Allensworth from 15, shot no good. Tipped, rebound, Simmons off and running. Lost the basketball, will go out of bounds right in front of us. 4:20 left, first quarter action. Raiders 12, Hilltoppers 11. That nice little run there, being down 4-9-5, put 7 points together and took the lead. Still with the lead after that last shot. 2 threes already in this one, F-Tank and Allensworth. Raiders playing man-to-man. Passell out at 22 feet. Comes left side, gives it off to Simmons. Simmons almost has and does have it taken away. Dolman, he'll bounce it out to TJ. Goes up strong. TJ with a score. Hit the floor. How about an and one? Didn't you think? Toga Repi with the basket.
We'll see how this game's going to be called.
Physical, we like to see that. It's a championship. Passell travels. They call a jump ball. We'll take that as well. 14-11. Raiders with the lead. Sully Walker in. F-Tank gets a break. And I think that's a key for the Raiders, running 5, 6, 7, 8 deep. At least 7 to 8.
Well, and with the long shots, get the long boards, make sure you're boxing out, and then you should be able to have some easy transition opportunities.
Anthony Bias checked in as well. He gave TJ a break. Hilltoppers with the basketball at the top. We'll get it to the guard, Armstrong, being guarded by Reed, who now switches off to Allensworth. Now a double team out there. Good job. All the good pass, and Dolman tipped it, hit the backboard, and the Raiders have it. Across the timeline, Bias. Trailer, Walker goes back in the right corner. Bias, high post is Dolman. He just turns and hits it.
Free throw right there, baby.
Dolman faces up, didn't give Passell time to come out, and hits the bucket. 16-11. 3:15 and counting, first quarter action. Wellman and Pettit, along with the Raiders and the Hilltoppers. Armstrong, spin move. Actually, it was Simmons. Spin move from the left side, comes into the right side for the layup. Sweet move there.
Well, need better on-ball defense.
Raiders have the ball, and it's stolen. Lazy pass came out. Here goes Simmons the other way. Simmons will be fouled and head to the line. That'll be our first free throws of the night and the day. It's sort of in between, so the evening. Do it properly
Early
there. Early evening, there you are. Supper time, get the discount on the early supper for all you senior citizens, including us. 2:54 left, first quarter action, 16-13. Raiders with the lead. Simmons on the line. First foul was called on by his first. Raiders first, one apiece. Second free throw is good. First free throw, excuse me. Reed takes a break as TJT comes into the ball game. Raiders put 4 in there on defense for the rebounding. Simmons' second one is good. L.O. Shane just came by with Muddy Rivers with his camera. 16-15, still 1 point lead.
A lot of points given up here in the first quarter so far with 3 minutes to go. You know, they're on pace for an 80-point ball game.
Both these teams are usually in that high 50s to 60s, so we'll see how we handle that.
Well, Raiders for the year giving up 43 a game. This is not normal for them.
Dylan Travis came in for the Hilltoppers. Ball works inside. Dolman kicks it out left side. Allensworth misses the 3. Weak side rebound, Hilltoppers off and running. Across the timeline. Good job by TJ. Armstrong was going, then he blocked his shot. He was giving him a little room, and every time he tried to lean in, he backed off of him. Hilltoppers lose the handoff on the other side.
Good defensive pressure by the Raiders.
Tunkel was trying to hand the ball to Cervantes. And it went right out into the Raider bench. Raiders got the ball. 2:15 left in the first quarter. 16-15. Raiders with the lead. Toga Repi in there with Bias. In the high post, Reed now. Walker and F-Tank on the low blocks. Popping out on the left side is F-Tank. Short corner is Walker. Skips it back out to the top. TJ looked at the shot, then he goes to the high post. Good job. Reed took one step to the basket, and then he saw Sully pass the ball to Walker. Walker gets the basket.
Well,
Reed gets the assist.
Well, he took the one step to the basket. Walker's guy came up and guarded him. Quick dump down for an easy look.
Back on defense for the Raiders. Walker picking up Armstrong. 30 feet from the basket. Beats him to the spot. steps back. Has to give it up, and when he stepped back, he took a traveling on the Hilltoppers. Raiders back with the basketball with 1:38 left, first quarter action. 18-15. We'll try to talk about the other stuff in the tournament here. At the end of the day, it's a long weekend, so it's trying to remember everything that happened. Into the high post, Reed goes to the right corner. He was trying to find F-Tank, but flashing down was Travis. Knocked the ball out of bounds, so the Raiders will have it on the baseline all the way out to where the three-point line connects. Allensworth coming back into the ball game. Bias will go out. Box out of bounds play. Low is Reed and Walker. Allensworth, TJ both out. Inbound was tipped. They put the big guy out there, Purcell, with his hands up. Since he tipped it, it will go over to the side, right in front of the
I was going to say, toughest place to pass the ball is down the corner along the baseline.
Nice job that he did tip it away. Simmons back into the game. Cervante out for the Hilltoppers. Adam DeGroot, the coach over there. And a lazy pass out high. Purcell with his long reach steals it. Here come the Hilltoppers. In transition, they decide to kick it back out to Armstrong, 35 feet from the basket. Starts to bring the dribble to the right. Tries to hesitate on TJ. TJ's trying to get him on the block. Weak side help, Allensworth. And the ball will go up. It'll be a shot, and I think maybe Allensworth coming over for help. And it was Jace. Jace might have had some foul trouble last night, had him on the bench as well. Two fouls on the Raiders. First one on Jace. And to the line will be Jaden Armstrong, the guard. Wears number 1 and wears some orange/pink little fluorescent shoes. And coach, the rest of everybody else wears white shoes. One guy has a pair of black shoes. So we've seen a lot of fun colors out there. We have enjoyed that. You're the color man, so you're always making the notice on that. 1:09 left in the quarter.
I never had to worry about that.
That's right. Our years, it was either Chuck E. Cheese or Adidas. Yeah, no, missed a second. The offensive rebound inside. Shot was no good, and on the weak side, F-Tank brought it down.
Can't give up offensive rebounds on missed free throws. Sorry.
And here Walker trying to go across the court. You got to understand, wherever Purcell's at, he's got a long wingspan. So if you're passing through any lanes, the best way to pass, bounce pass, because you're going to make that big guy try to get to the floor. 59-9. Number 80 comes back in. Also looks like 30, Gavin Dolman. He's getting that football number, right side of the inbounds. There it is. Jace Allensworth hits the 3. He's got 10 already. Raiders lead 21-15. Your project leader for every project, for every idea, and for every room. And ideas, it's Woodmart Building Center. Kicked off a Reed here on the side with 42.3 left first quarter. 21-15. 5 points in a row. You had that 7-point run back that gave the Raiders a 12-9 lead earlier. Ball goes in the backcourt to Armstrong. Reed will pick him up. Armstrong, crossover, stays there. Hesitation, now goes in. Reed stays with him all the way. Good move by Armstrong because he brought the ball down. Reed didn't foul him and made the basket. In transition.
Armstrong got into the shot blocker. That's what you got to do.
18 seconds and counting left in the quarter. Coach Altmix directing traffic from the sideline. Togarepi and F-Tank out here by the volleyball line.
Start at 10, let's go.
Down to 10. F-Tank on the left side, way from the basket. Allensworth comes around the screen, shoots the 3. Off the glass, almost good. Purcell gets the rebound, almost travels. Wish he would have because we'd had the ball into the basket. And we have played one quarter here at the Shirk Center. It's championship day. QND 21, Joliet Catholic 17. Back with more Raider basketball right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Kunis Hyundai
and Kunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Kunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
And we're back at the Mobile Mecca Studio. Mecca Studio? Mecca Mobile. Boy, I'm going to have that as a tongue twister. We'll do some challenges out there. Through one quarter, 21-17. We had a 7-point run. Snuck a couple little things in there. 4 and 5. But taking the first quarter 21-17, what's your thoughts on the first quarter?
You know, good job on the offensive end. Defensive end, they got to shore up a few things here. You know, make sure better on-ball defense. And we've been doing a good job on the defensive glass, which when we get the ball, we got to push it down, you know, and get some good open looks.
In the first quarter, Allensworth led the way for the Raiders with 10 points. Donovan Simmons on the other side, he's got 9, including a 3. 2 threes for Allensworth, 1 also for F-Tank. And of course, those threes are brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Ideas for every room, for every project. Raiders will get it to start off the quarter. Togarepi, F-Tank, Reed, Dolman, and Allensworth. Allensworth runs the baseline with 2 screens. Goes in the high post to Reed. In the left corner, Dolman. 1 fake, kicks it out. F-Tank backs it up a little bit and resets. Man
Good patience.
Coming around the screen was Dolman. Well, actually, it was Allensworth from the Dolman screen. Here's Allensworth. Spin. Little push off on the side, gets away with it. And has it shot blocked from the other side. Coming over for weak side help, that was Jahari Sanders, one of the 7 guys that's in this lineup. Playing 30 seconds in the second quarter. Raiders still with a 21-17 lead. Matching up. The southpaw from the left field. From left field was that. Tunkel airballed it, and the Raiders are off and running. Dolman will back it out. Trailing is TJ. Crossover dribble. Sends it back to Dolman. Time to get it to the guard and reset. There we go. Dolman goes down the left corner. Allensworth on the left wing. Right block is Reed. Here's F-Tank going one-on-one. Help came from the weak side. That was Tunkel. Blocked the shot. Quick release. Quick pass down court. Armstrong gets the points. First of the second quarter. Makes it a 2-point lead by the Raiders. Good defense out there. And, of course, Purcell's out right now. And that's why you've got Sanders kind of in the inside. So really a 4-guard, almost a 5-guard defense.
Well, Sanders 6'5" sophomore, so, you know, he's going to grow a little bit.
Right side 3, no good. Luckily, it hit Dolman in the shin. Kicks it down to Togarepi. Count it! And what TJ did.
Good ball fake.
Defense, that was it. And the defense flew over his head. While they flew over, they made contact. TJ waited, then laid it in for the basket. He'll have a blue-collar 3. And the good news is, Coach, we're here at the Shirk, so I've got player fouls and team fouls. And a completed 3 brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. Raiders lead 24-19, 6:14 and counting left first half action. Stick around at the half. We'll talk about this one and all the rest of the stuff that's been happening here. Back on defense, the Devils. Check that, the Raiders. They're also on defense. Man-to-man. Simmons working as Togarepi. Cutting to the basket. He had the ball but had to kick it back out. That was Travis. Travis has it now. A screen and roll, but good help by TJ. And then get to the floor, and that's a pin.
50-50 balls. You got to win the 50-50 battle, and so far QND has done that.
And Togarepi had Sanders down on his back. I think the shoulders both touched. So, boom, it's a pin, and it will be, though, Hilltopper basketball. 5:50 left in the first half. 24-19. Raiders with the lead. Box out of bounds play coming from Joliet Catholic. Popping out in the left corner, Cervantes. Back to the top, and Cervantes now has it. He's got F-Tank and Allensworth on him. That was Sully Walker. Reed, Bias, Dolman, F-Tank, and Sully Walker for the Raiders. Left side to Simmons. Armstrong's at the point. Simmons going man-to-man, up, under. And a nice pass there to Sanders. Sanders got the layup on the right side. Good pass. Raiders waste no time to get down the court. Spreading it out, Dolman will get in the high post. Cutting across is Walker. Flashing up is Bias. He sets a screen for F-Tank. Bow in through the legs to Dolman at the top. Sully Walker left wing starts to go baseline. Sully will back it out. F-Tank comes over to get the pass. Good! Bo F-Tank came over ready to shoot, squared up, hits the 3. 27-21, Raiders with the basketball and the lead. Check that, and the lead. They're back on defense. Don't forget your project partner who just made that 3-pointer from Kevin Vandeman. Inside Sanders. And the shot looked like it was blocked by Dolman, but Dolman made a little contact. So Gavin the foul. It'll be a second foul on the Raiders, but only the first of the second quarter. My book's an old one that has 10 in a row, so I've got to do that drawing the lines there a little bit. Everybody knows how much I love the double bonus after 5 fouls. Bring back the bonus, please. Jahari Sanders, he banks it off the board.
Sophomore banks it in.
Counts the same way. Speaking of banks, Jim Obert retired. 47 years with his company. I'm looking, I thought it was 27-22. They forgot to put that point up. Remember, I'm always ahead of it. Let's see if they recover. Second one is up by Sanders. This one no good. Purcell back in the game, tried to reach over the Raiders. Raiders have the basketball. Allensworth had the rebound. 4:40 in the first half and counting. In the ball game for the Raiders is Mason Craig, number 42. He had the dribble being worked on by Cervantes. They still haven't got that up there, Coach, and I know they've got it wrong. He made the first free throw, right?
Yep.
That's okay. Banked it. We said it. Togarepi takes it down to the block. Shot. He tried to go against Sanders. They had Purcell behind him, too, 6'5", 6'7". And Togarepi takes the ball away from Armstrong, but TJ is going to be whistled for his first foul and the Raiders' second of the second quarter.
Not good possessions for TJ. You know, offensively going 1-on-2 versus 6'5" and 6'7". At 6'1", then making the foul at half court.
And we'll have to check. Maybe they don't count shots at bank.
4
minutes left in the half. Driving around the screen and all the way to the hole. That was Simmons. Too easy there.
Got to have some weak side help on that. Should be 27-24.
That's what I got, and so we're going to stay with that. Board is wrong by 1. Inside 4 minutes, first half. Togarepi with the ball, being hounded by Armstrong. To Dolman. Dolman drives, kicks out right wing to Sully, and Sully got stripped from behind to Sanders. Sanders tipped it to Armstrong. Armstrong, spin moves inside, misses, and on the weak side, Sanders was on the back but knocked the ball out of bounds. Raider basketball. Dolman's getting a break, Craig as well. F-Tank back in, Reed back in. Walker stays in along with Allensworth and Togarepi. 3:30 left in the first half. Raiders up 27-24. Boy, if we win by 1 and they don't get that point up there. On the drive, a hand check. That's Armstrong. His first, second team foul against the Hilltoppers in the second quarter.
Well, that's the one thing I'd like to see. Put Allensworth down on the block because none of these 6'1" guards are going to be able to guard him down there because of his size and his strength.
And that's it. He gets sometimes called because he's so strong. Allensworth, the runner, off the glass. It looked good. Togarepi kept it alive. Walker puts it up. And Walker reaches around, kind of a George Irvin type thing. And Gervin, he makes it. And on the other end, it's quick on the other end. They move the ball down. We do too, but that ball got down there pretty quick. 29-24. They get it up yet? Nope, still haven't had 3:12 left in the first half. Heading the line will be Simmons. Simmons was 2 for 2 in the first quarter. Armstrong missed 2 in the first quarter. Some of those shooters that shoot from outside the arc, sometimes when they get inside the arc and at that 15-foot, it's a whole different game. But I think these guys can shoot everywhere in between. And the jinx was there. Simmons missed the first shot. Raiders got 4 guys in there to screen out. Allensworth and Reed on the low blocks. Walker, F-Tank at the next block. We don't have 4 anymore. You only have 3 in the lane. And Togarepi is deep. Simmons hits the second one. 29-25. Raiders push it down. Good job by Allensworth. He took it from the left block, gave a little head fake, stepped around, and made the layup on the weak side.
Jerry Leggett, sideline out of bounds play.
There you are. We summons the Leggett. The runner, Armstrong, misses the shot. Allensworth with the rebound. Down court. And left side, tipping the ball out of bounds was Armstrong. They were trying to get to Reed. So
have him take the ball all the way down the free throw line. He passed that about volleyball line, a little bit wide. Get down the free throw line and, go ahead and put it in. Make him stop you first.
Togarepi to inbound the ball. F-Tank will take it back to half court. TJ's on the left. Reed's on the right. Sully Walker flashes up to the high post. Ball goes to Allensworth.
Joliet Catholic getting that flat 3-2.
Right side, Bo
With
F-Tank.
the big kid up the middle.
2 passes gets Allensworth on the left side. In the short corner, Walker. Back to the top. Togarepi steps inside the 3. Shot no good off the back of the iron. Walker kept it alive, but it pops out here to the left side to Cervantes.
Steal by Reed.
And then Reed was there to stake the ball away. That's a great move by Robbie Reed. He has 6 now. Raiders lead 33-25 or 24. You take your pick. And an overlapping, that's called a double dribble as well, because when you pick that ball up, you've actually picked your dribble up and started a new one. And with 2:10 left in the first half, Raiders lead 33-25. Maybe they'll check it. And we've got a 30-second that we'll keep right here. And we'll tell you about Atlas Slice at 121 North 6, the chef-driven craft pizzas and wings right from the open flame in the high-heat oven. Open Thursdays and Fridays 4 to 9, Saturdays noon to 9. Get down there, try out their XL drinks, all different flavors, sky and black cherry. That's Atlas Slice, 121 North 6, Quincy. And I was waiting for a message on, I asked somebody, I didn't look it up this morning, on Promenade. So I will have that by the next time I'm broadcasting. 2:10 left, first half action. Coach up by 8 or 7, 8 or 9, whatever you want to take. We'll take the 9. But when they check their math at halftime, I'm amazed that nobody on the Hilltoppers caught that.
Well, I'm looking at, the defense here in the second quarter has been a much better job, they did the first quarter. So, we need to keep that defensive level up there, and I think it's helped, with our offense. Getting the stops on the defensive end, pushing the ball down and getting some good looks.
Gave up 17 in the first quarter. Right now, we either gave up 7 or 8, or 6 or 7, 7 or 8, depending on where you're at. Check that. Toga Repi for the Raiders in the half-court set. High post Dolman. Works against Purcell. Tried to go on the
pass.
He tried to hit Allensworth on the baseline. Armstrong, the guard, nice idea going down there. Got a handle on it. So now you've got to take it out on the baseline with Purcell, the big guy.
I would rather see Dolman drive it down to the block, and then Allensworth stay out in the corner. Give him better spacing.
Allensworth from the left corner.
Oh.
Ball hits 3 sides of the iron, no good. Cervante the rebound. Here comes a 3-on-2. 5-on-2 now. Lobs up from the other side. Nice job. Almost an offensive goaltending by Purcell, but the tip was no good. Allensworth, long pass. Toga Repi in, good. Allensworth with the assist, maybe give him 2 assists for the length of that pass. 35-24. Raiders now. 25 is what I have. Left corner. Wow, the big guy Purcell pulls up for a 3-pointer. That's a nice shot from outside.
He's a good-looking ball player.
110.
He needs about, 25 pounds on him, but good-looking ball player.
Maybe 50. That's how skinny he is. The wind blows yesterday, and he might have blown him away. Allensworth left wing to the top of the key F-tank. Kicks it over to Toga Repi. Still 56 seconds and counting. First half action. Raiders go to the short corner on the left side. Reed gets out to that 45 I talk about and gets the bank shot.
Well, I always told my kids, when you get down that short corner, your first look is one hard dribble and go to the hole. That's what Reed did that time.
Great job there with 40 seconds now. Raiders back on defense. Reed is picking up Armstrong. The other guard across the way is Donovan Simmons. He's got Toga Repi on him. Right corner Cervantes. High post Sanders. Left corner Purcell going to the basket. Here's the lob. I was looking for that. But Allensworth's there. Allensworth with a bang in there. He's got some more muscle.
That's got to be traveling.
Lost it and did. Purcell was going to turn and maybe dunk it, but he did a little changing of the pivot feet, took a couple steps, had a cup of coffee.
He didn't catch the ball cleanly, and it was battling back and forth, and his feet were moving while he didn't have control of the ball. So
all
it was
fairness,
a travel,
yes.
yeah.
All fairness to him. 11 seconds left in the half.
Tough pass and good defense by the Raiders.
Raiders work right side. Skip it all the way to the left corner.
Oh,
F-tank shot.
Oh.
Defense was coming and airballed it. Oh. Long baseball toss by Simmons. Hit the backboard. And we have played 16 minutes for the championship game. Our score, the Raiders 37, the Hilltoppers 28. Their score, 27. So we'll see at halftime. If they can correct it, stick around though. We'll break this down and talk about how much fun we've had this week. It's Raider basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
At Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, we believe everyone deserves a better night's sleep. Discover top mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Your purchase always includes free delivery, free setup, and free removal of your old mattress. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for up to 5 years. Better bed, less money. Only at your locally owned Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville, where comfort and community come together.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Back here at halftime. And they're announcing, the Special Olympics, that Ron Kingsley, that was always named after him, and that's what we're going to get. I always love this. During a couple of days, they have the Special Olympics over there in the beautiful facility over there that they can run track. We watched the baseball guys. There was a baseball kid, there's a senior pitcher, throwing with a second baseman. I said, where are you from? He goes, down south. I said, where? He goes, Beardstown. I didn't realize that was south. He goes, well, you got to remember, Mr. Wellman, everybody from here is either from Chicago or up north, so that's why Beardstown is south. So that was his good reasoning there. Hey, we're in one half already as the Special Olympics now. This is what I wish I had our camera, that we could run this, because this is a lot of fun. They'll run for, during the half, 8 minutes or so they'll use up, and the teams will come out and shoot. Joliet Catholic got the first 5 points of the game. They took a lead 9-5 in the first. Raiders hit 7 points in a row, got a 12-9 lead. They had a 16-11 lead until the Hilltoppers made it a 1-point game. Raiders, though, put up 5 points to 2, and after one quarter, 21-17, Raiders. Second quarter, a little back and forth, a lot of free throws in there, and really, other than the missed point that they had for the Hilltoppers, it was a bank free throw, the first one. They didn't put up on the board. I've got 37-28. Board's got 37-27. We'll take whatever we can take, and hopefully at the end of the game it really doesn't matter that it stretches it out far enough that the victory is a victory. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, much better job on the defensive end, in the second quarter than the first quarter. They had 15 points with, I think, 3 minutes to go in the first. They were on pace to go 80, but, the Raiders clamped down on the defensive end, started getting the rebounds, started pushing the ball down and getting good open looks, and they expanded out on their lead.
First quarter, Jace Allensworth had 10 points. He finished with 12, leading the Raiders in the first quarter. The Raiders did have 4 threes and a blue-collar 3, so 5 3-pointers, and we know who that's all bringing home the bacon. And on the other side, the make man was Donovan Simmons. Simmons in the first quarter had 9. He got 3 in the second quarter. He has 12, so he's matching Allensworth toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I mean, you got those guards, and you got to still make sure that you stay focused and disciplined, on getting a hand in the face of those guards, because, them making the threes, it could be they could get back into this game real quick.
Yeah, Simmons fires, and he fired from long range, too. Then Purcell, the big 6'7" kid, stepped out. He hit one as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good-looking ball club. This is going to be a challenge second half here. We need to come out. Once again, I always say first 3 minutes of the second half is the most important. But if the Raiders, can go on a 6-7-0 run, stretch this out to 18, then they're going to start firing. Then you guard, then you go down, then you get easy looks. You can expand that lead.
My favorite part of the game, I think, is the last 3 seconds of the game when you pull out the win. I know what you're talking about there, Coach. Hey, it's halftime here at the Shirk Center. Raiders have a 9 or 10-point lead, however you want to take it. As we're watching the Special Olympics here, stick around. We'll have more of the halftime, and then we'll turn around and we'll have second half action, and hopefully a lot of threes. Brought to you by this sponsor here on on MegaSportsCo.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Back at halftime, Shirk Center. Raiders have a lead. Been a fun week. The Mecca Mobile Studio. See, I can't even say that. And the mobile studio brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Quincy and Jacksonville, that would be sleeptightmidwest.com. Whew. Okay, Coach, you want to break down the game we're watching, or do you want to talk about second half and what the Raiders need to do in the second half?
Well, you need to stay focused on the defensive end, which they did a better job in the second quarter. And if they do that, like I say, I think that's going to lead to easy offensive transition baskets. So starts on the defensive end, obviously, with this team, and they've done a good job of focusing and being disciplined, so far tonight.
I think the Raiders are tied for third with the most championships, with 5. I don't know if it was Galesburg is tied with 5. And I'm trying to remember who number 1 and 2 is. I was looking at it earlier today. By the way, if you want to look at some of this stuff we're talking about, the scores of this tournament, the stats, the history, theclassic.org. That's theclassic.org. If you go there, you'll be able to find out everything you want to know about the best basketball this side of March. Sweet play. We got to share this with it, guys. Special Olympics. Big guy came across, I don't remember what number he is, and all of a sudden a behind-the-back pass led his man for a score. This is good stuff, Coach. I'm going to lose touch here.
They're going to adapt.
There's another one. Hey, now we're back to talking about other teams over the holidays as we give a shout-out to Mark Bernbrock and George Schultz. That'll light up my phone pretty soon with Texas. Lady Raiders, 9-1 on the season right now. They had that loss to Centralia. I think it was like 49-41, if I remember right, on that Wednesday of the Rumble on the River. They come out of the break on January 2nd at Unity. Then they've got Havana on the 3rd at home. Then on the 5th, Camp Point Central will come in. Camp Point Central, Southeastern, I think they're still merged. They are here, and I think the coach had said they're basically 6-6. I had forgotten Matt Long had retired. The long-time coach, pun intended. And I believe he might be helping out at Augusta Southeastern. And I need to check that as Brett Ufkus is the coach up there. So I almost thought Matt was walking around here earlier today. So we'll check that. Matt did a heck of a job up there with Central. And he was here pretty well etched in the history books up here. Brought a lot of good teams up here. And they played some good basketball as well. Good basketball is on tap for the second half. We'll take a break. Halftime. Raiders lead 37-28. That's the official one in my book right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Mecca Sports Co. is proud to sponsor tonight's Player of the Game. Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all Quincy High School basketball. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to follow the action. Just search Mecca Sports Co. MECCASPORTSCO. And you can also find us at MeccaSportsCo.com for the full game schedule and more.
This season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Yes, college football is back.
Our lives finally have meaning again.
After a really long offseason.
Look, our QB's on the draft slide.
Whoa! Oh, he's going. To where? Not where he expected.
Everything will be questioned.
What is this place?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Everything.
College football's changing.
The Dr. Pepper flavors, too.
It's all connected.
Fansville Season 8.
I don't think I've ever seen someone slide so far.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
And back at the Shirk Center, Wellman and Pettit here. It's halftime. What a great game. I said something about Mark Bernbrock. We saw this number 15 with the Special Olympics, a behind-the-back pass. Then he hit a three-pointer, and it brought back the ghost of Pistol Pete Maravich, which Bernbrock played with at LSU in his first couple years. Found out after remember, freshmen couldn't play back then, but Mark Bernbrock's team schooled all of Marich's freshman team's records. They were lighting them up out there, but what Mark found his sophomore year is he's going to be passing to Maravich. That wasn't a good idea, so made a trip back to Quincy College, and God love John Orworth. He's a friend of mine, J.O., but Bernbrock always said he didn't know what to do with him, so he didn't play much, and so had the same problem with Steve Spanich when he played. So J.O. would rather work with a guy and mold the clay instead of having a great talent there, I guess. So the shout-out, Maravich, Bernbrock, and number 15 down here in this Special Olympic game. So 3 minutes left before we get into the second half action. Raiders got the lead, looking for that title. And we mentioned before we did a lot of history on this game, as well as how long it's been going from the Illinois State Classic all the way through the State Farm Classic with a couple transitions. University High and Bloomington Normal High as a classic as well. And drawing it back, got to go back 2 pages here. We talked about that first championship here in 2001, back-to-backs in 1 and 2. Great run in there, back-to-backs in 15, 16, and that's the ones we're summoning is that 16 there. So, and hopefully we can pull another one off. Been a little while since we've been in the championship or in the championship game. 18, we were in the championship game as well. So, Raiders get 16 good minutes, pull this one off.
Well, yeah, need another 16. Got to play 32 against good teams, like good quality teams, like Joliet Catholic. Done a good job so far. Need to keep up the defensive intensity. If we're up in, 52, 53 range and they're 37, I'll feel good going into the fourth quarter.
By the way, Coach, there was snow on the ground in Quincy. We had up here just a little bitty flurries blowing sideways because the wind was so, I don't even know, that's normal up here usually, pun intended again. And so with that, got home last night, and there was snow on the ground. I was going to stay up here, but needed to get some things, including my Raider shoes from yesteryear, my blue Raiders Mecca shirt, which was home as well. So, and I think I just used that as well 15 times. So if you're doing a drinking game, thank you, or you're welcome. And if you're drinking, you want something to eat with that. 8 Open, Southern Kitchen, great place to go, 601 Main Quincy. Or you can go across the street at Atlas Slice at 121 North 6. Both are great places. Both are open Thursday through Saturday. You got to stop 11 to 8 at 8 Open. Then you can go to 4 to 9 that night at Atlas Slice. Then on a Saturday, you can go noon to 9 at 8 Open and follow up somewhere between noon and 9 at Atlas Slice. Again, the great 6th Street Promenade, 8 Open, a Southern Kitchen, and across the street, Atlas Slice, 121 North 6 in Quincy. Glad to have him as a sponsor, and wait till the girls start playing from Quincy High again, the halftime sponsor. Coming out of the break, too, I know the Devils don't play until like UT, and the girls head up there. We talked about when the Lady Raiders play. And then the Raiders, I'm trying to remember the next game. Oh, Jacksonville Route's in there, undefeated. We'll have to catch up on them. Second half is ready to start here. Raiders have the ball. Togo Repi, Dolman, F-Tank.
Good take.
Allensworth and Reed. Togo Repi went all the way to the basket, missed the layup. Spin, Joliet to the hole. Good shot, Armstrong. He's got 6.
Good defense, better offense.
I'm still going to go with my points. They still didn't change it, so eventually I'm probably going to have to change it and go with the official board. I had 37-30. The board's got 37-29, 7:28 and counting, left third quarter action.
Joliet Catholic and a man.
Dolman, left side. Dolman hits the shot for 3. Nice shot by Gavin Dolman off the side. He hits the scoring for the Raiders. His first 3 of the ball game, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, woodmartbuildingcenter.com.
Good job by TJ. Good job by Allensworth on the defensive end, stopping that fast break.
Armstrong, Simmons, and Cervante, the guards. Passell inside, as well as number 15, that is Tunkel. Raiders beating it. Just bad defense. And then Passell tried to tip it, but the Raiders got
better
up.
on-ball defense there. He went by three Raiders and shot up a layup.
Bullfighting. Ole, 3 times. Jump ball, alternate possession, will go back over to the Hilltoppers who run a box out-of-bounds play. Armstrong to trigger. Coming to the strong side is Cervante on the wing. Armstrong steps in to get the ball. Passell goes low post now as the high post was Tunkel. Tried to set a screen, never really used it. Tunkel will go down with Passell on the block, now pop back out. Trying to get the lob is Simmons. Passell will come out and get the screen. There's the bounce pass inside. Passell, the short hook, tough to stop. Reed did a good job of coming up, but Passell at 6'7" with the easy bucket.
Well, Reed made contact outside the lane, but Passell made a better move.
I am going to go ahead and take that point away right now until they give it back to him. 40-31. Raiders with a 9-point lead, 6:12 left in the third. Reed on the right side starts to make a move, kicks it out. Dolman with a dribble, stops. Togo Repi comes to get the ball.
Good patience by the Raider on the offensive end.
5 on the perimeter, working the 5 game. Dolman now gets the handoff. 3, no good. Weak side rebound.
Get
That's
back.
Simmons. Simmons off and running. In transition, Cervantes. And Cervantes hits us 3 from the corner. He wears number 3, but that's the first points for him in the ball game.
Well, transition defense wasn't very good. You had 3 people at the volleyball line when they were down there shooting a 3.
40-34. Raiders with the lead, still in the third quarter. Dolman had a screen. Cervantes came around and stole it. Allensworth gets back to making a 2-on-2. Togarepi did a great job of keeping his hands up and staying with his man.
They stayed in front of him.
And called a travel. There wasn't enough contact to call a charge or a draw, block, and it was a travel. Got to have your suitcase and a ticket for that one. Kind of like your old camping when you go down in the lane. Make sure you got a permit. Approaching 5 minutes left, third quarter action at the Shirk. Allensworth left wing takes Dolman's screen. Jace goes in, leans his shoulder a little bit, and a hold all the way down. He will not get the shot, will not get to shoot, but the foul will go against Tunkel. It'll be his second. First against either team in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter.
Foul number 15, Brady Tunkel. His second, team's first.
Togarepi inbounds. Allensworth's on the right wing. Reed made a cut. It goes out here to Allensworth.
I don't think Joliet Catholic among their guard line has anybody that can guard him.
Especially down the block.
Yeah.
And Bo F. Tank was making a move against Cervantes. Thing is, you can't use that chicken wing on the left, and we kind of pushed off a little bit, and it was a quick call, but Bo F. Tank, the first foul for him, and the Raiders in the second half.
Well, we're down at that 3-minute mark here in the second quarter, and, it's a 6-point game, so Joliet Catholic's coming back. So we need to stop it right here.
Double high post, Tunkel and Purcell. That gave a one-on-one. Reed with a good job on the defense.
On his back.
He had help there. Purcell had the height, got the rebound. Second chance for the Hilltoppers. Starting to make a drive, Armstrong. Bounce from the left wing down to the right block. Purcell's turnaround. And Purcell's turnaround hit the front of the iron, stayed in. He now has 11. It's a 6-point run and only a 4-point lead for the Raiders. Coach Albix wants to talk about it. And a good time, too, with 4:29 left in the third. Raiders 40, Joliet Catholic 36. We're back with more right here on megasportsco.com.
This season on Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Yes, college football is back.
Our lives finally have meaning again.
After a really long offseason.
Look, our QB's on the draft slide.
Whoa! Oh, he's going. To where? Not where he expected.
Everything will be questioned.
What is this place?
Don't they know it's Saturday?
Everything.
College football is changing.
The Dr. Pepper flavors, too.
It's all connected.
Fansville Season 8.
I don't think I've ever seen someone slide so far.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Back at the Shirk Center, 4:29 left in the third. Raiders 40, Hilltoppers 36. I made my adjustment. I still think it's 37. But if they're not going to give them the point.
Well, hopefully it doesn't make a difference at the end of the ball game.
I hope so, too. But it was a banked free throw.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no violations. You didn't get it.
Yeah.
Coming up next
well, they banked it in, then they called timeout, and then missed the second one.
Coming up after this, we've got the large school girls. I have to give that. I always give that all together. DePaul and Washington. Is that not right?
Yes. DePaul College Prep beat Morton last night, and Morton's a good ball club.
Yeah, barely got by Quincy High with a last-second shot.
Well, it shows you where the Quincy High Blue Devil girls are.
Looking good.
So.
Raiders with the basketball. Pass from Dolman to the left cut. Coming from the left corner was Allensworth. Dolman was just off the right on the wing and zipped it through. Jace did a good job of double pumping. Got guys up in the air. A foul now. Jace goes to the line.
Purcell got his first.
Big guy inside. Of course, he's never that close to anybody with the long wingspan. Second team foul for the Hilltoppers. One on the Raiders in the third. First one off the back of the iron. Jace will have one more. Reed and Dolman both in as they're getting sandwiched by the Hilltoppers on each side. Second one is good. Jace with it. That stopped that 6-point run or 5, depending on where we were at on the scoreboard. 41-36. Raiders still with a lead. Back on defense, Togarepi. He's got Simmons. Simmons with a quick step. Simmons with a hesitation all the way to the hole. Left hand no good. Rolled off the iron.
Dolman in there battling for the rebound.
Outlets to F-Tank. Lost the handle on it. Tunkel picks it up. Simmons gets out front. Togarepi knocked it away long enough. Cervantes in the corner, and Dolman flies down, blocks it. And there's a scramble in that corner where all the screens and stuff are for the TV work. As again, we're on radio or audio only. And so the guys to the right that had all those screens now are down there in a little huddle, and a good save.
Great effort by Dolman. Challenge the shot.
Inbounding will be Armstrong. Has to come all the way out towards half court. Simmons with the ball, taking Tunkel's screen. Raiders man-to-man. Allensworth got stepped away, and as soon as the step back, Simmons went ahead and took a three. Simmons had one earlier. He had 12 in the first half. He now has 15 points.
2-point game with 3:30 to go, 41-39 Raiders.
In the high post, Sully Walker, who just checked in. Dolman fakes the three on Purcell. Now he goes to Purcell, but then kicks it in the corner to Allensworth. Back out to Walker. Togarepi starts the drive. 3 more good passes to Dolman in the wing. Good! It got it to Dolman. Dolman hits his second three of the quarter. Brought to you by WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Nice shot. Raiders open it up 44-39.
Big basket with 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Couple good passes, that extra pass as well. Raiders back on defense. This time it's going to be Armstrong working against Allensworth. The 2 guards are challenging Jace.
Well, yeah.
Purcell in the short corner left side being guarded by Dolman. Coming to get the ball with Simmons. Dolman switched off, and then a little hesitation dribble. Dolman stepped back, and Simmons went all the way in for the layup. Keeping your dribble going as a guard. Raiders in the half-court set. Allensworth picks it up at the top of the key. He has a runner from about 7 feet. Allensworth now with 3 in this half. He's got 15 points. 46-41 Raiders. 2:20 left in the third quarter. Lob, and everybody was on the back of Purcell. Ball was kicked out. Grabbing the ball is Armstrong.
Travel.
Armstrong took the extra step, passed it off to Purcell. It was a nice pass, but anytime you get that extra step, you're going to get
Makes
an
life
advantage.
a little easier if you got an extra step.
Yeah, they said find the lane. He found it. And on the other end, Purcell with his hands straight up. Dolman's going to get to shoot 2.
You go in the chest of a shot blocker. That's what Dolman did that time.
Good strong move. Again, Purcell needs about 50 pounds. You said 25. For Purcell, it was his second. Team's third in the second half. That'd be the third quarter. And it rolls off the front of the iron. 1 more to go. F-Tank is in. Togarepi is out. So you've got F-Tank back in the backcourt. Their front court, along with Sully Walker. Dolman shooting with Allensworth and Reed inside. Rolls in and out. Reed gets the offensive rebound. Could have been an and 1 because Purcell put his hands forward, but good move in the offensive board, Robbie Reed.
Good strong move.
48-43, inside 2 minutes, third quarter. Back into man. Good hesitation dribble. Oh, he had the shot and he waited. Simmons waited until Allensworth was there to help alter the shot. Raiders in the half-court set now, left side. F-Tank will bring the dribble back to the top and tried to pass too far. Luckily, Allensworth was coming and tipped it back, and it got to the right corner where Dolman hits another 3. That was the luck that Coach Altmix and I talked about before the ball game. To be lucky is always good.
Well, another big shot by Dolman. That's 2 3-pointers here, in the last minute and a half.
And we'll tell you all about who the 3-point shot in the break. Allensworth with a good behind the back at half court, takes it to the hole. Tunkel's going to foul him, his third.
Well, and Allensworth was looking for the foul. He went into him like that and then went up. He wanted the 3-point play.
Great job by Dolman. 3-pointer. Woodmart Building Center. Ideas for every room, for every project. Woodmart Building Center. 12th and 7A Road since 1978. First one went off the back of the iron for Allensworth. Checking in on the other side. That's Dylan Travis, played in the first half. Got the white headband on, keeping the braids down. Not as long as the girls' braids that are halfway down their back. Also in the game, Sanders. And on the other side, Togarepi waits at the scoring table. He'll be in for Allensworth with 1:07 left in the third quarter. Raiders lead 51-43.
Give Dolman a little break. He's been playing hard last 3, 4, 5 times up and down the floor. Give him a little break here with 1 minute to go and 7 seconds in the third quarter.
Allensworth connects on the second one. Makes it a 9-point
Along with
game.
Allensworth.
Check that. Oh, Allensworth and Dolman by the break.
Yep.
In there is Bias. And Bias, wasn't there quick enough. For Bias, it's going to be his second foul. He had one in the first half. Only the second foul on the Raiders with 58 seconds left in the third quarter. So Bias, Walker, F-Tank, Togarepi, and Reed with 58.4 left in the third quarter. Raiders with a 9-point lead. On the right side is Armstrong. Jaden working against Sully. That be Walker. Purcell's inside on the block, pops to the corner. Weak side, Cervantes. And Sanders comes up to get the ball. And they tried to do a little backdoor cut. Togarepi tipped it away, but Sanders got it back. Shot from three, no good. And Purcell, as Reed did a great job of backing Purcell up. Purcell now his third foul, all in this half, and what it did with 34.9, we're heading the other way to shoot free throws.
Yeah, and, that's what you've been talking about. What I've been talking about is, long shots, challenge them, make sure you get a body on somebody outside the lane, and get the rebound. Reed did a perfect job that time.
Robbie will be rewarded with 2 shots. Again, the bonus has been eliminated. Well, it is a bonus. You get 2 shots no matter what, so I guess the bonus is still in effect. Robbie off the back of the iron in the first one. Walker and F-Tank in when the Hilltopper sandwich on the lane. Second one, bounces twice, no good. Oh, and Robbie Reed came in.
Almost got it.
It was tipped by Purcell. Reed almost had it on the other end. And a blocking foul. I thought that had been a flop because there was no contact.
It was a flop, yeah.
Actually, Bias fell down before. It was like the wind hit him first because he dropped. I'm surprised they didn't call it the flop and let the basket go.
I don't think the basket went in, so
they
had to call foul, so
exactly.
it gave him 2 shots.
That's the way that one works. Still would have called that. The flop is just, a warning, right? The first time? We never had the flop, so.
I have no idea.
Yeah, we never had a flop. You took a charge, and you felt it. And if you were the guy giving it up or giving it to him, you made sure the guy knew. Free throw is good. Stops the little 6-point mini run by the Raiders. Makes it a 52-44 game with 27.6 left in the third. Armstrong will have another one. And he makes it. So he is 2 out of 4 on the day.
All right, let's get a good shot here.
45.
Turn it over.
Yep, we didn't even have a chance. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Get a stop here, up 7. That would have been a chance to go down.
You'd rather bet up 10 with a 3.
Indeed, or even 9. 8 seconds left in the quarter. Dribbling out there at half court, Armstrong. Trying to work against Allensworth. Great defense, Cervantes. And Cervantes gets the 3-shot off and air balls, but TJ flew out there too early. Cervantes stepped inside and an uncontested 3.
Not good defense. We got lucky he didn't put it down.
There we go, another time of being lucky. We mentioned that. And the luck has gone through 3 quarters as the Raiders 52, the Hilltoppers 45. Stick around. We get the 4th quarter of the championship here at the Shirk Center on the campus of Illinois Wesleyan, right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us here at Kunis Hyundai
and Kunis Honda of Quincy. As we wrap up another wonderful year, we just wanted to say thank you
to our friends, customers, and neighbors across the Quincy community.
Your trust and support made 2025 an incredible year for our Kunis family.
From our family to yours.
We wish you peace, joy, and safe travels this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.
Back at the Shirk Center. 8 minutes left between the Raiders and the Gold Ball. That's the championship, up 52-45. We just talked in the break there about so many times how the scoring is always off on the board, but mine is always right. Now, this might be the one time, but it was an obvious one. It was a bank free throw, so everybody saw it, so it wasn't like you can turn around and say, oh, we missed it. It was a steal and a quick layup. But with that being said, last 8 minutes, Coach, we got Walker, Allensworth, Togarepi, F-Tank, and Dolman for the Raiders coming out.
Well, let's get a good shot. Like I say, couple of stops, couple of scores. We'll be in business.
The Raiders have the ball going left to right to start the 4th quarter. In the corner is F-Tank. Kicks it out. Walker steps back, hands it to Dolman, who hit a couple key threes, actually 3 of them in that 3rd quarter. Togerepi working around with Allensworth, a little weave out at the top. F-Tank as well. Allensworth on the wing. Takes it all the way to the hole. Strong move to the basket, but it will not be the continuation. May get that in college next year, but this will be Dylan Travis for his first foul and the first of the fourth quarter.
Good take, good ball movement, good spacing, by the Raiders.
And that creates that opportunity to take the drive to the hole. Togerepi looked away. He was looking at F-Tank in the corner, but then Allensworth was coming from the opposite corner. Problem is, Purcell's got the wingspan of a condor. Ball out. I'm not sure what the wingspan is, but I know it's a 6-foot bird. Sully Walker drives short off the glass, weak side. Togerepi tipped it almost like to make it, but then he got the rebound. Out to Allensworth. Allensworth. And Allensworth leaned just a little bit, and Armstrong takes the charge. So for Jace, only his second foul, and only the first of the fourth quarter. But that strength, again, sometimes that strength, getting ready for the next level.
Oh, yeah.
Now at the double A, that would have been no problem, maybe. In the half-court set, Hilltoppers. Up, under, good. Armstrong got to the basket.
Got to stop the ball.
52-47. Raiders have the basketball still with a 5-point lead. 7 minutes left in this ball game. Dolman, 25 feet plus, hands off to F-Tank. F-Tank skips over to Walker on the left. There were 3 out here doing the weave. Now we're all down low, below the free throw line, except for Allensworth. Togerepi gets the ball and has it knocked away by Simmons. Simmons just reached up, took the ball, and punched it away. Simmons goes in for the basket. It's a 6-point run and now a 3-point game.
Not the way you wanted to start the fourth quarter.
Not at all.
Especially when you had the ball.
Togerepi. Oh, and he had Walker down low, but he didn't realize. We had Simmons trying to take a charge first of all. Walker left side in the corner, Allensworth. Allensworth being checked there. Oh, and Allensworth went right through Armstrong and Simmons. Got the weave through that. They didn't close down both the guards, and that's an Allensworth basket. Nice one by Jace. In the second half, he's got 6. He's got 18 for the ball game.
Well, like I said earlier, they don't have anybody to guard him down along the hole getting down there. So, I'd put him right down there on the block, feed him the ball, and say, okay, double team me because he'll make a good pass.
And better maybe to get him on the block with his strength than the drive. He's got a good move.
Well, block or elbow. Get him on the elbow. Have him turn and face. Okay, you don't want to guard me? This is a free throw.
Because if you let him drive, he does have a good step, but with his strong arm and the shoulder, he might get called for that push-off.
I mean, you hit a couple of those elbow shots, then you get out there and do a ball fake. They're going to be up in the air. Then you go by them, and then it's, 1-on-3 or 3-on-1 because you're going to have people coming up to you. Dish, layup, kick out for a 3.
6:14 left in this one. Raiders 54, Hilltoppers 49. Hilltoppers with the basketball. Reed, Dolman, Allensworth, F-Tank, Walker still in the game.
Need a stop here.
Armstrong and Simmons out high. Simmons got the ball and kicked it in the corner. 3-pointer was no good, air ball.
Patience. There we go.
That was Travis into the ball game.
Get it to a guard.
Didn't get to anybody but the Raiders.
Oh.
Lucky there,
Bad
went to
pass.
the middle, and Allensworth was there to get it. Allensworth pulls up, no good. Good rebound by Dolman right there. Probably would have went up, but he got behind the backboard. And the Raiders reset.
Take your time, Raiders. Take your time.
Yeah, that
Watch
pass
your friend.
went from the left side into the middle. Dolman couldn't get it to it. Luckily, Allensworth was on the right side. Allensworth takes Purcell to the hole, and with the little runner, the blooper, hits the bucket.
Oh, steal by Dolman. Pull it out. There we go.
Good job by Gavin on the steal. No, that might be a new nickname. Put Gavin and Dolman together. We'll call him Galvin. Galvinator. 5:15.
He's galvanized the defense.
You got that right, baby. Allensworth backing it out behind the volleyball line to half court.
Take your time. Get a good shot.
5 minutes left. Raiders lead 56-49.
Foul.
And a drive to the lane. They're trying to get Sanders on him now. When they had Armstrong and Simmons, there was more quickness. Sanders has a little more height, but he didn't have any strength.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a hard guard. Let's face it. It's 6'3" playing guard. With his body. 6-foot guard, you go put him down low. 6'5" kid out here, bring him outside, let him go by him.
Exactly. 5:04 left. Raiders will trigger right here in front of us. F-Tank looking. He'll get it out to Sully Walker. Sully started this way, but gives it to F-Tank. Being guarded by Cervantes, man-to-man.
Take care of the basketball, guys.
Dolman left wing up, and he just gets Passell up, takes him all the way hole, up and under, and a good job. I know he couldn't get all the way to the other side, but Gavin got the ball far enough away from Passell. Passell took for that fake. He had that little head fake, and that gave Gavin a chance to go to the hole and now shoot 2.
And once again, what I've been saying, and, you know, I consider Passell a shot blocker. You got to get into the body of the shot blocker.
And they actually called a foul on Armstrong. Was he anywhere around the play?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But he took Passell all the way to the basket. Dolman's going to hit the first one. By the way, Armstrong is number 1. That's the point they still haven't given back to the Hilltoppers. First free throw good. 1 more to follow. Inside 5 minutes left in this ball game, the championship game. Large screw girls after. Oh, and it's no good. But Dolman follows his own shot.
Double dribble.
And it was a lost ball. Should have been like a muff once you lose the handle on that. And I don't think he ever really picked it up. So that was kind of a quick call, but good job by Gavin following his shot. I don't think it was a double dribble, but that's one of our buddies down there that always likes us, so I'll let him go ahead with that. Once he makes the call, he's right?
Yep.
4:50 left in this one. The Raiders 57, the Hilltoppers 49. Good stuff out here. Little Queen up above on the sound system. By the way, Queen is singing this. I am not, so please don't flag me. Inside joke, although now you guys all know the joke. All right, Coach, in the timeout now. You got Coach Altmix, 4:50 left, a lot of time, so really the strategy is pretty much still the same. We kind of stopped letting Armstrong and Simmons make those drives to the basket. We're doing a better job on Passell. Passell had 7 in the first, 6 in the second half, so he's at 13. But for a 6'7" kid, you expect him to get the ball. When he gets point blank, it's a high percentage shot.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is going to be a big defensive, spot, for the Raiders. If they get a stop here and then go down and get a bucket, I like where we're at.
I like where we're at anyway. We're at the Shirk Center. And I like our spot up here. We've had some great venues. We got to go to U-High yesterday for the first time. We had our own box there as well.
U-High, Bloomington, Normal West, Normal Community. We've been at all of them.
Yeah, and even down to Collinsville, Auxiliary Gym. On the drive, kicking to Cervantes in the right corner. That's Joliet Catholic. Man-to-man coming from the Raiders. A drive against Dolman. Dolman has a partial block. Getting the rebound almost was Simmons, but he lost the handle, and then Dolman tracks it down. Boy,
Take
he
your
just
time.
hustles.
Slow down, slow down.
Outlet to Allensworth. Allensworth says no. He goes to Bo F-Tank in the right corner. Oh, and it catches the corner of the board. Dolman, the trailer, gets the offensive board and the left-hand layup. There's that luck we talked about.
Well, Dolman's been extra special tonight.
Oh, and then a foul on the other end to Hilltoppers. Armstrong and Simmons waste no time getting the ball down the court.
Oh, yeah.
He got inside. F-Tank with the foul, his second. Third on the Raiders, so it's 3-3 in the fourth quarter. Armstrong will have a chance to cut into that 7-point run of the Raiders and the lead. Oh, and it hits and almost comes out, but it stays in. 59-52.
Get out. Let him go one-on-one. You're all right.
Allensworth working against Armstrong.
Oh.
And then Armstrong, not as good as Simmons did on Togarepi that he took the ball away, did a little reach. Looked like it could have went either way.
A little bit of body contact.
Yep,
there.
gave the Raiders way. They have only the second foul. Got to be his third.
Well, 4 fouls in the quarter on Joliet Catholic.
Last 4 minutes of the game, Raiders are shooting 2. Allensworth double pumps, double hesitates, on the dribble. Rebound Sanders for the Hilltoppers. Outlet. Wow, that's 2 quick guards. Down on the block. It went from one to the other, but Dolman steals the ball. Gavin, long pass, and a nice catch to the guy in the front row. He led Togarepi just a little too much, but a nice idea. Boy, and Dolman is everywhere.
Now, see, that's what I call a good turnover. You're going down the other end, 3-on-1. You try to make the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Now you can set your defense up.
And they do set man-to-man. Armstrong down in the block. Reed. And he got beat Reed. And Reed didn't move, so he didn't foul.
Yep.
But Armstrong did a good job of getting it up for the score.
5-point game, 59-54, 3:25 to go.
Togarepi, count it! Togerepi taking Simmons to the basket, bumps, makes it, and an and one for TJ Togerepi.
I'm going to tell you what, as TJ develops, the Raiders are going to get better. And we've seen it. Well, I saw him first game of the year. We've seen him a couple other times. He's getting better each and every game.
Simmons, his second foul. And we have a foul on the rebound. The ball goes in. So we get the three-point play brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
Now we get it out of bounds. 15 made the foul for Joliet Catholic.
And that was
on
Tunkel.
Reed.
His fourth foul. They haven't put it up yet. So Tunkel, 3 of them in this half. It's the 5th foul.
So then we should get 2 more free throws after this.
Right, because it was not a player control. And when it's player control, you do not shoot. But since that was on the rebound or the screen out, we should have 2 more shots. 3:23 left here in the ball game. Good stuff for the Raiders. Coming down, we got a timeout here. Both teams working this thing out. I'll tell you what, the Armstrong-Simmons 1-2 do a good job of passing, but the Raiders haven't really recovered since early. Still getting a couple times where they're going to the basket. We're not getting them. We've had help, though. Dolman came in a couple times, and then Dolman got the loose ball. People are getting tired of me saying Dolman. That's okay. We like it.
Well, this is a very team that has been challenged, Joliet Catholic, at the league that they play in. So there's going to be no give up on them. 8-point lead with 3:23 to go. With the way they shoot threes, we're not out of the woods yet.
Lots of time. Robbie Reed's going to get the chance to shoot 2 since it was past the 5th foul.
Yep.
Reed doing a great job of screening out there. Tunkel with his foul.
Great job with effort on the offensive glass. Oh.
A little more arch. I think I would say I saw his first couple shots, and Robbie's a little flat on that shot. Now, if you're flat and you're Larry Moore shooting that shot, okay. Or if you're shooting 75%. But he does shoot 2, 1 out of 2. Good job from Robbie Reed on that one. 63-54. Left corner Sanders. 3, no good. Reed gets the weak side rebound for the Raiders. Outlet. Allensworth hesitates. Allensworth to the hole. No good. Tipped out. Dolman gets the weak side rebound. 2 passes. Togerepi. Back to Dolman in the corner. Sanders covers him.
Bring it out. Patience. Good job.
The Raiders
Good
do that.
job.
No shot clock. But then a great reverse. Went into F-Tank, but it was partially blocked there by Armstrong.
Travel.
Check that Simmons.
Out of bounds, ours.
Well, I tell you, that was a good play. Allensworth into F-Tank on the block. Bo got bumped off the block. You can't have contact in golf, so he doesn't worry about that. Coming off the bench now will be Dylan Travis. Checking in. Sanders out, so a little bit more of a 5-guard offense. Purcell's out as well, waiting for his time to come back in. Armstrong, Simmons, Cervantes, Sanders, and Tunkel. In the backcourt, Bo F-Tank with Togerepi, Allensworth, Reed, and Dolman in the front court. Dolman in the right corner. Reed popping up from the left side. Togerepi, though, with a drive.
Good
Starts
pass.
to get it out. He gets it to Tunkel. And Bo got back out, and Tunkel knows right away what that means. He's already pulled his jersey out and heading to the bench. 5 fouls. Mr. Tunkel will foul out with 2 points. And with 2:33 left, 63-54, Bo F-Tank to the line. Same situation we had a moment ago. This time Bo's on the opposite block, and he got by Tunkel. Tunkel tried to block the shot. And they take their full time. Adam DeGroot, the head coach. Sanders back in. Purcell stays out. Again, an aggressive defensive team. I think what we're looking for a transition out of the Hilltoppers. F-Tank will shoot. We'll keep Reed and Dolman on the line.
Well, their transition is 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, it is, and that's their numbers.
Anderson, Cervantes, and Simmons.
Bo F-Tank hits a free throw. His first of the day. He had 2 threes in the first half, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second.
And I have a funny feeling QND is going to be at the line here in the last 2:33, so we got to make our free throws.
And F-Tank hits them both. Bo, good job there, 65-54. Raiders with the lead. Quickly on the other end, and a block shot from behind. Reed. Armstrong beat him, and then
Reed's like,
blocked it against the board.
No more. Hey, you've
so
done
even
that
if it's
a couple
foul,
of times.
that's right.
Yep.
So even if it's a foul,
you
let him know.
Well, make him earn at the free throw line. That's Robbie's second foul of the night. So he's got two more to give before he's gone.
And only the third team foul. Check that, second team foul?
Yep. I mean, they played great defense, without fouling.
At the line is Armstrong.
Well, 17 points in, the first quarter, whatever it was. Well, they got like 37 for the rest of the game.
37 at the half, 57. Yeah, 37. Good job by the Raiders. 1 out of 2.
Oh, defensively, the last 3 quarters, they've been very, very good.
Armstrong hits the 1 out of 2. It's 65-55.
Well, hold on.
Raiders with the basketball. Allensdorf loses the handle on the ball.
Charge.
And he lost the handle when he reached down. He bumped into the man.
Well, ran over him.
Well, that too.
He didn't bump into him.
He bumped into
ran
him
over
and then
him.
ran over him. And so for Allensworth, his third.
Well, when Allensworth 6'3" and, nice body like he has going against a 6-foot skinny kid, he ran over him.
I'm not too sure. They got him for 4 fouls. I only had him for 3, so I love the way I'm never sure, trusting the numbers. It's Volunteers, so Raiders by 10. Hesitation.
Good defense by Reed.
Reed and Dolman came to help as well. At the top, Simmons has it knocked away. TJ with a steal, and they don't call the foul.
Well, but hold on to the ball. You don't need to go down and score another basket.
Now, Togarepi gets run into by Armstrong. Almost falls to the floor, no call. And then when Simmons comes around, Togarepi, the same contact, it was a foul on both of them.
Well,
but Togarepi gets called for the foul.
You don't need it.
Inbounds. And then Cervanti, we don't pay attention, and Cervanti drills a 3-pointer from the wing. Officials were doing something down there, talking about, we have a foul right away? We do.
23, so we're shooting 2 more.
So Travis commits a foul after Cervanti hits the left side 3-pointer.
And Bull F Tank going to the line, one of our better free throw shooters.
They went right inside, or right away before the Raiders were ready and got the ball in play, and it went out to the left side. Cervantes was already set up. Bo connects on the first free throw. 66-58.
Slow it down. Like I say, the clock's our friend now. If you take 30, 45 seconds off the clock before you have to do anything or get fouled, that's a major plus.
1:59 left. Raiders 66, Hilltoppers 58. Coach Altmix is over there talking to the official score. That's great because their score, we talked on the way in. I got to find out who that actually is. I think somebody said it might be Brody Gilbert's dad, but he said, I score all the points. Of course, he takes care of the book. And I don't know what the discussion is now. Game has been a nice flow.
Well, it might be 66-59.
Now they decided.
Well, hey, you never know. I mean, I've seen stranger things happen.
And it's not official until the end of the game. Now, the officials run off the court. Remember the old days, they came over to verify that. So nowadays, once they leave the court, it's over.
Well, and it all depends. Is it a 1-point game, tie game, or, is it a 20-point game?
Well, now they're discussing where they're going to eat after the game.
I don't think
the officials are all 3 talking.
Tobin's?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There is. That's in there in the hospitality, by the way, pizza.
Oh.
I did see that on the board. Sorry there, folks. We are not getting distracted. We did get distracted.
Yeah, yes, we are distracted.
Right, mainly because the play got stopped, and we don't know why. We got F-Tank on the line, still shooting one, right?
Yeah, he's got one more.
66-58. Raiders are up by 8. 1:59. Now they
still not out of the woods yet. I mean, the way this team can fly down the floor and shoot threes, it's
question. Fouls. Raiders got 4. Joliet Catholic's got 5. So it can't be that situation where we gave him a shot and he shouldn't have 2 shots yet. So it can't be that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be.
No, we'll hear some here shortly. Let's hear. Let's
for
listen.
A player and coach and all the years we spend in it, I can't figure this one out. But 1 shot is what the official says, and we'll take that. Again, 1:59. Raiders 66, Hilltoppers 58. Bo F Tank at the line. Reed and Dolman take the second slot for the defensive rebound. Offensive rebound, actually. Defensive will be trying to screen them out. Allensworth the half court. Togarepi all the way back.
Didn't hear any explanation, so.
Nope. But there's a hesitation. Because they're explaining to the coach now of what actually is taking place. Now explain it to us. Hopefully Coach Altmix will join us in the postgame.
They should do it like the NBA where what we have here is a foul at.
Hey, now Chad Dustraus does that at Notre Dame with football and also out there at Culver Stockton. Good one by Bo F Tank. 67-58.
All right, let's get a stop here.
Raiders with the lead, back on defense. Reed's going to pick up Armstrong. Now Togerepi takes on, trying to hesitate, doesn't have it. Oh, and a block shot from behind. Allensworth blocks the shot of Travis.
Get it out. Quick pass, move the ball.
There you are. F-Tank throws
Move
it
the
down.
ball. Oh, don't need to do that.
Saves it. Dolman goes in. Dolman off the glass, no good. Reed, weak side, count it! And Reed gets fouled. Reed got the weak side rebound on the Dolman shot, went up strong, and we've got a three-point play possibly at 69-58.
Didn't need that, but we'll take it.
Yes, foul on the other side. Travis has got 2 on the board. I've got him for 3. Check. Now they will go to number 1 with 11 fouls. No, it's number 11. Either way, that is not right. There is no number 11, and number 1 has more than 1 foul. But Reed, off the iron, does not complete the 3. But the Raiders now lead, 69-58. Back on D, 129 counting. Clock is running good. Reed on defense, a big step back. 3 no good. Purcell just got in over the back of Sully, but Togerepi gets the rebound for the Raiders. Outlets to F-Tag, right back to Togerepi, right across the timeline. TJ's going to back it out. Good idea.
Good decision.
Watch out, Cervantes is behind you. Left side F-Tank, left corner Reed. Robbie, he's got Simmons on him. Goes to the basket. Lost the handle of the ball, but before he could pick it up and go at Purcell, Coach Altman says it's time for a timeout with 102 left in this one.
Time to refocus.
69-58, 102 left in this ball game. It's been a lot of fun, and the Raiders have had some good games. This has obviously been the closest game, which you expect when you get to the championship. On the other side, they had to win 57-55, I think, in overtime, or 55-53. One of those two.
High, I believe.
Exactly. So they've had a close game, and a few more in the season. I know I got to flip back to double check what that was. 57-55 with overtime. A few overtime games in that first day. Woo, 102. I feel like Ric Flair. I can't do my woo right now. It is a full timeout. We're sticking right here. Join us in the Hardee's postgame show, 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms, he's the sponsor. Thank you, Brian. As we mentioned the other day, in the legend of Bernie Willer, Tom Daly, Bob Daly even, Spike Earhart. And Spike's still involved, by the way, with Brian Harms, if you didn't know that. Coach Pettit was a Hardee's employee many years ago. Worked with Brian Harms, didn't you?
Yes.
Excellent. We'll have to have Brian Harms come and do color with you. Maybe he can do a little play-by-play.
Well, hey, he can do the color. I'll sit back and watch. I have no problem.
No, you're doing the play-by-play. Here we are, 102 left.
No.
69-58. Raiders with the lead in the ball. On the baseline, Togerepi with Purcell right in front of him. Real high. Dolman goes up high to get it. That's a receiver like he'll be at Western. Good job by Gavin.
Well, 6'3" going up with 6 foot, and, you know, Gavin's a pretty physical kid, so good job.
He dribbled through there. Allensworth in the corner. Back to F-Tank at the top. And they
Whoa.
foul the wrong guy. Oh, that's, I love you there, he says, on that one. You had to be here for that. Travis came in, and he knocked F-Tank down, but before he fell, he grabbed him, and he had him from around the back, almost like he said, I love you, darling.
It wasn't malicious at all.
No,
so.
not at all. That's why we're joking about it there. But you put one of the better shooters on the Raiders on the free throw line with 46.7. And then, of course, misses the first one. Walker in, Allensworth out. Jace has 4 fouls, so that's the 3rd foul, by the way, on Travis for the Hilltoppers. All the Raiders clear the lane this time for F-Tank. Reed's coming up, though, to put a little pressure. Dolman right at half court. F-Tank, good for that one. Bo is 4 out of 6 here in the 4th quarter. 70-58, Raiders with the lead. You knew the Hilltops would push it down right away, and the fist was up. They were going to give him the and one, but the ball didn't go in. But Armstrong will go to the line to shoot 2.
Now, to me, that was good defense by Reed. You know, making it hard and not too much body, but a little bit.
Robbie gets called for his 3rd foul. Heading to the line, Armstrong. Armstrong missed his first 2 of the day. Made the next 2. 1 of 2 the next time. Missed another one, so I guess 1, 2, 3 right now. 7. 1 more to go with 41.8 left here. QND 70. Joliet Catholic 58. At the Shirk Center. Second one is up. Good. 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. That stopped the Raiders' 5-point run. They make it a 70-59 game. Full court pressure. Togarepi started to get around Armstrong, and then Armstrong grabbed him and said, no, I'm going to foul you with 37.7. Should only be the third for Armstrong. Togarepi will go to the line.
Heading to the line for 2, TJ Togarepi.
And TJ had a blue-collar 3 in the first half, missed the end of a blue-collar 3 in the second half, but nails the first free throw.
Another big free throw here gets it to a 5-possession game with 37.7. Very bleak for Joliet Catholic.
Good news for the Raiders. Second one is good as well. Good job there by TJ. Right now, 72-59. Raiders with the lead. And Gavin Dolman with a steal. Purcell's going to come behind him, but Dolman's going to say, no, I'm not taking the layup. I'm backing it out with 28 seconds. Smart move there. The Raiders realize as the fans for the Raiders stand up, that means all the Turwell boys as well that we saw.
Clock's your friend.
And with 16 seconds left, the goal ball for the first time since 16 will be the Raiders. As we're down to 9 seconds left in this thing, we mentioned we've gotten 4th and 2nd since then. But listen, and there's the final buzzer. The Raiders, your champions, and they stay undefeated at 11-0. Joliet Catholic will fall to 8-4. They will take second place, a very good-looking ball team, and a good challenge for the Raiders today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Joliet Catholic is battle-tested, the conference they're in, and this is a very, very good win for the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders.
And we'll have the post-game show, but we'll also have the trophy presentation. And with the trophy presentation, the all-tournament team, and we'll just stay here for that as we start doing my scoring here.
We should have a couple 3 on there, at least 2.
I would think so. Gavin Dolman is definitely there. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Looking at my scoring, and Coach, while you talk a little bit about the Raiders here, I'm going to count my numbers up here.
Yeah, I mean, defensive pressure, on a team like this is very, very quick. Now, they've got a couple of games coming up here. Let's take it off. Let's enjoy this. Let's take the gold ball back, and put it, right next to the other ones they have. And, but we've got a couple coming out of the box here with Sacred Heart Griffin, who we saw earlier. I think they played for 3rd place today in the big school.
Yes, they did.
And, Jacksonville Route coming up. So you've got a couple more stiff tests coming up here, to test this Raider team that's, met every test so far this year.
I believe Jacksonville Route is still undefeated. I haven't checked over the holidays.
Well, last time I saw they were 12-0 and moving on through Waverly tournament or something like that.
Yeah, that's always good. Yep, I think Chris Durr was there. And the second place trophy, Jaden Armstrong will come out to grab it. I got theirs. I'm missing 2 points of ours. We'll get that in a second. And now first place. Are they giving him a check? It looks like a big check, doesn't it? But it's the gold ball, and it's the State Farm banner saying, "You are the champions." Thank you, Freddie Mercury.
Let's get a picture, boys.
Great shot, the small school. And my shoes. Had to be the shoes. And we had a couple lucky spots throughout the game, but the Raiders opened it up. It was all Raiders in this one, 72-59. We'll listen to the all-tournament, and then we'll close out the game and get the post-game rolling.
First, from University High School in Normal, Cameron Johnson.
Cameron Johnson from University High is your first all-tournament.
Well, that dude put up 33 in the overtime game, versus Joliet Catholic.
Good stuff.
From Lanark Eastland High School, Parker.
Eastland Lanark.
Lanark Eastland. That's up by Rockford.
Not here. I think it was Parker. Didn't get your last name.
From Bloomington Central Catholic High School, Keyshawn Manning.
Keyshawn Manning from BCC. Jason Welch's squad. Raiders beat them.
Good ball player.
Raiders had a heck of a game. Fun watching Coach Welsh. Always is. He's a good man.
From Quincy Notre Dame High School, Gavin Dolman.
There he is, number 30/80, Gavin Dolman, all tournament. Nice job, Gavin. Well, he was all over. And tonight he had another 14 unofficially here.
High School, Jaden Armstrong.
Jaden Armstrong from Joliet Catholic.
Yeah, pretty good ball player.
Yeah, 16 in this one. I'm not too sure Donovan doesn't make it with 19 as well.
Finally, from St. Joseph Ogden High School,
Nope.
Nolan Branson.
Nolan Ramsden, is that what they said? From St. Joseph Ogden. Were they even in the winner's bracket?
Congratulations to all of these players for a great.
And congratulations to all those all-tournament guys and all the people that play out here. Gavin Dolman, congratulations. More importantly, it's a team game, and the golden ball goes to the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders. Good stuff, Coach.
Well, I'd rather have the gold ball than all tournament. I'm sorry.
I would agree with you on that one. And there was a couple times when the Raiders didn't have anybody or one person, and they won it. So, well, that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Stick around. We'll have the Hardee's post-game show and the coaches' comments, brought to you by Hardee's and, of course, the Kunis Auto Group. But the QND Raiders right here at the Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan, they win the 2025 Small School State Farm Classic in classic fashion, 72-59. Nicely done, Raiders. Stick around. It's been Raider Basketball, MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at meccasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@meccasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/meccasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get us biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Welcome to the Hardee's postgame show, brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway. Stop by for a good breakfast. They also have those, they have that $6 bag lunch too. See if they still have that as well. So, well, the Raiders pull it off here. After one quarter, Raiders led 21-17. Halftime, 37-28. Now, I think that might be still giving them the extra point on the banked free throw, they being Joliet Catholic. Finally, in the third quarter, I said, all right, if you're not going to give it to them, I'm not either. So it was 40-36 at one point on that run by Joliet Catholic. But the Raiders at the end of the third quarter put another little run together, got up 52-43, 2 free throws later on Joliet Catholic, and the Raiders go into the fourth quarter up 52-45. Start the fourth quarter off the wrong way, giving up 4 points. Timeout, Raiders come out, 7 points in a row, built to the 10-point lead. 59-49 at that point. Protect the basketball. Free throws or layups. We saw free throws, and that's what it was for a 72-59 victory.
Great job of, controlling the pace. They wanted to get up and down the floor with this team. They didn't want to play in the 50s, which I mean. So, got them out of their comfort zone, So, when that happens, good things will happen. And I think Reed was big defensively tonight.
Oh, indeed. Really, it was a team game. We saw some key shots in the first half. We had, 4 threes. We had a blue-collar 3 as well. In second half, we made another blue-collar 3. We hit 3 in the third quarter, and that was called Gavin Dolman.
Yep.
And Gavin Dolman was all over the court. Congratulations.
He stepped up big time.
That's why he made all-tournament team. Congratulations, Gavin. But as Coach said, more important to take out the golden ball home. and add to the collection, which now puts us above a tie for third. So we should be right in third by ourselves and very close. I might try to pull those titles up and find them in one of our breaks. I don't know if it was in the book or not. It was on the website. So if you'd like to check that out right now, theclassic.org, and you can find out all the information and the history that we've been sharing with you, especially starting in the pregame show. But most importantly, walking away today, and like I told Coach Almix, we started off the tournament here. We end the tournament here. We start with a win. We end with a win. And we continue to be undefeated, 11-0 for the Raiders.
Well, and, like I was talking about earlier, I think it was very disrespectful, for a 10-0 team coming in, beating 2 Western Big Six teams, and getting a 3 seed in the small school bracket. I'm sorry. I think both Quincy teams got disrespected up here with their seedings. And obviously, I think it hurt the girls.
But what happened was both teams showed how good they were as the Raiders go 4-0 to win it all. And the Blue Devils from the girls' side go 3-1, get 5th place, and only lose on a last-second shot to an undefeated team.
Well, yeah, and the undefeated team's playing here right now, in front of us against, very good Washington team.
So what you're saying is we could have had back-to-back
Well, yeah,
games.
we could have had 2 Quincy games, right here. That would have been fun to do. But, once again, both teams came up here and showed very, very well, for the Quincy community.
Now, we'll be waiting for Coach Altmix, and their locker room is as far back. It's underneath Tournament Central and the hospitality, which there was a couple things there. Chicken today, fried chicken. We've only had that twice in 2 different places. They're working on the hospitality, and, of course, they'll hear that from some people because some people that come here, whether they're radio, TV, coaches, they really enjoy having a bite to eat while you're at it.
Well, a bite to eat and sit back there and share war stories, about, what the heck this happened and so on and so forth.
Oh, and that war story that we'll share then again is from 2016 as that Raider team won against St. Joseph Ogden. Trimble had 51, but the Raiders put 6 players in double figures. And I got to run it down again here for you. Botorf, 17. Cramsey, 15. 11 for Jacob Mayfield and 10 for Mac Little. Happy birthday again, Mac. Johnny Ray and Wade Willer. And that was a good game. Boy, that was a lot of fun, too. This was fun. Very much fun, actually.
Well, fun in a different way.
Yeah.
Because that was an overtime game, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought so, but I didn't see it in my book as an overtime. So it went down to the end, but it was close throughout when the Raiders pulled that one off. So we've had a good time this weekend. We want to thank everybody at State Farm. They've done a nice job out here. That comes from the top to the bottom. A lot of volunteers to put this thing together. And thank you, State Farm, because they put this thing together. And it's a lot of work, and I'm sure there's a lot of money involved as far as trying to put this together. And, you look at the shootouts. And this is, like Coach and I have talked about, where are you going to find 16 teams, large school, boys, girls, 4 different sets. That's 64 teams playing. That takes a lot of gym time, a lot of volunteers. And
you need a lot of facilities, which, you start out the Shirk, Bloomington, U-High, Normal West, Normal Community,
First time they've used U-High, too. So, and I do like that gymnasium, the green and gold of Cal Hubbard's squad. And that, we have the AD over there is a Stanford Olympia grad who was a few years behind Dan Bertrand, but we told war stories there. Hey, let's tell some war stories on scoring. First of all, for the Raiders, unofficial, because I'm missing a bucket somewhere, and I know it's just in my math. I might have actually wrote over it. What I have right now unofficially, Jace Allensworth led the team with 20. And, Coach, just like that game, almost in 16, 5 guys in double figures. So starting with Jace Allensworth, he had 20. 14 from Gavin Dolman, 13 from Robbie Reed, 11 from TJ Togarepi. Now that I got it and out of the game, Togarepi, sorry about that. 10 from Bo F-Tank, free throws down the stretch, 4 out of 6. And then we've got 2 points for Sully Walker, and we'll find the other 2 somewhere, and we'll apologize and give it to him. But either way, it's 72 on the board. Let's put it this way. If I can't find 2 in the book, and I have an extra one on the other side that is right, it's a balancing act. And, again, Coach Almix making his way across. On the other side for Joliet Catholic, now falling to 8-4, Donovan Simmons, 19 points in the game. Your other guard tandem, that is Jaden Armstrong, he had 16, 13 out of Elias Pacell inside. lost him in the fourth quarter, but that's because they took him out. They needed to go to a 5-guard defensive out and really send it on the offensive end running. So it became a running game. Not that Purcell can't run, but at 6'7", they got other guards that can fill that spot. 6 points out of Danny Cervantes. He had a 3 in the third quarter and a 3 in the fourth quarter. 3 points from Jahari Sanders and 2 points from Brady Tunkel before he fouled out. And I lost track of what time that was. I usually write it in here. He was out when he fouled. He immediately was heading to the locker, to the bench, pulling the jersey out and the whole 9 yards. He knew right away he gone. So, I got flagged on that one. All righty. And by the way, the final on that score on the other side was 59, 72-59. And we mentioned the Raiders coming up after the break. Going to have a matchup with Jacksonville Rout. Should be a good one. They were undefeated going into the weekend. So we'll find out where they're at. Good English there. Thank you there. Lady Raiders come back, and they are up at Mendon on January 2nd. 7:30 for the Lady Raiders and the Mustangs. Then that Tuesday, January 6th, QND Raiders will travel over to Jacksonville Rout. Have a big game there. And then you're going to have East Moline for the Devils 2 days in a row. Not sure where we're at on the weekend there. I know the Lady Raiders go to Nashville, or play Nashville, at Breeze Central. Oh, there you go. Well, that was a pretty quick one. And oh, my goodness. Well, that's a bummer. Coach Albix, hey, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
During that, we talked about a lot of good things, but you and I talked beforehand about the luck of the shoes and the luck. And tell me that the comment you made about practicing and luck.
Was it the more you practice the luck? No, the more you practice the luck you get, or there's something else?
It's really good there, but you got a couple times where it was the right way, especially that ball that went to the middle, and it was right by him, and we had help on the other side. It was Doman in the middle, and Allen Smith on the other side. There were a couple good breaks in there.
Oh, most definitely. And, I mean, you have to have that. You know, I can talk about state tournament runs I've watched, been a part of, coached, and, you know, every time there's, you know, a half-court shot that goes in, there's always something, you know, that happens. And so when you have a tournament like this, you know, you just hope that you're working hard, doing the right things, and the breaks go your way.
Well, we started here, we finished here, and this is a good work. We saw some different teams. This was our tightest game, and we saw good guards out there. It made us work, and we're going to have to work on our on-ball defense a little bit because that's some quick feet out there. When you get 3 of them out there, it makes some changes. But we had a lot of help, though, from inside. And one guy I'm going to mention, I know he's played hard. Well, 2 guys, Gavin Dolman, Robbie Reed. Gavin Dolman all over, Robbie Reed, tough defense and on the boards.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, you know, I've talked about it all tournament long that, you know, everybody is wanting to step up on defensive end because, you know, they understand defense doesn't have a night off. Defense wins championships. You know, all these mantras about defense. And, you know, what's nice is, you know, you get 16, 17-year-old boys willing to buy in. And, I mean, you know, that's I'm really proud of the boys because, you know, they're selfless. You know, they don't care who scores. You know, Gavin has a good night, and then next game Bo has one, then Jace has a couple. And you know, it just, you know, I think that's part of the reason why we're tough to defend and tough to beat is because we have so many guys that can contribute offensively. They can't key in on 1 or 2 guys. And so, you know, and that, again, tip the cap to them because, you know, willing to play defense, willing to be selfless, willing to give it everything that they've got when they're on the court. And I mean, you know, as this season's gone along, it's been fun because guys go out on the court. It's always fun when you have a team that goes out and just gives it everything that they've got.
Well, and tell me what you said in that timeout. 2 minutes in the fourth quarter when they cut the lead to 4? Then you guys came out and went on, a 7-0 run?
You know, it's just the little things. You know, hey, let's take care of the ball. Let's understand the game situation, understand the shots we're trying to get, and, you know, not just go out there. And, you know, I think, you know, that's been the growth of these guys because in the past it's been I'm a good player, you know, I can hit this shot, and it might not be the best shot. You might be open, but it might not be the best shot in that situation. And these guys have really grown to understand the game. They've learned a lot about, you know, their basketball IQ has gone up. And, you know, when you face good teams, you got to use everything that you have at your disposal. And, I mean, basketball IQ is one of those that we don't talk about a whole lot. But, you know, we've become smarter players, and that's been big for us. You know, Gavin Dolman going down. You know,
pull that back out.
Yeah,
you know, at the end of the game, I was like, that's what we want. on right there.
Yeah, because, if you have an uncontested lap, I've told the guys, they know, and Gavin looked, saw he wasn't going to have the uncontested lap, so he pulled it out, and I'm like, boom, that game's over.
Go. Yep.
That's it. So, I mean, that's the type of smart play that we're starting to see a little bit more, and I think it's going to be big for us as we go in the second half of the season.
Well, the growth of TJ at the point.
Yes.
From the first game of the year when I watched you guys up in Moline to watching you guys here now, my goodness, he's grown a lot.
And he doesn't get enough credit. And I tell you what, sometimes I do feel bad because I ride him. I get on him. And because, man, if you're going to be a point guard in my system, you need to understand what needs to be done and when, and you need to be the floor general. And I'll be honest, I don't even think about him as a sophomore. I mean, you see him out there with all these seniors, and he just fits right in. And I'm like, man, we are so blessed to have him for the rest of this year and 2 more because he's going to be a special player.
And a southpaw at that, too. So, I love the shooting. And, of course, when you mentioned earlier, we have F-Tank that can hit from outside. We get back to Dolman. He hit 3 threes in that third quarter that were so key out there, and that was so nice. And lost train of my next thought because I'm just so excited after you guys started talking about Togarepi. And I could say Togarepi without having to screw it up and say TJ.
I just say TJ,
Oh, that's what it was. I love Coach Pettit's talking about what happened the last 2 minutes in that huddle because we got the chance to sit behind you last night. So every time out, as 2 former coaches, we're listening and we're watching, and it's great stuff. That's what we like. In fact, we're going to set up from now on right behind you when we broadcast.
We'll put this on right here, and then you can just
you'll have
broadcast the game.
You'll mic me up. You'll mic me up. That way you'll be able to hear everything. But
better than you and your brother because we know we can't mic him.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Good stuff. Now, you're going to go home and relax. You're going to make room in the trophy case for the new gold ball, which is so good.
Yeah, that's
but then
cool.
we got to turn around because we've got a couple good games. We got Jacksonville Route, who was undefeated coming to the weekend. I don't know where they're at now, and that'll be at Route.
Yeah, and then before then we got Sacred Heart on that Saturday.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, we've got a couple tough games now, and it's like, that's what makes this fun. You want to play the best teams because they're the ones that, iron sharpens iron, and so that's what we need.
Wow. We're doing all kinds of fun stuff with that now. I learned something there.
I'm going to use that next broadcast. That's all right.
I love it. So we're just having some fun here. And you can have fun. You had fun no matter what on this weekend because that's one thing you always tell the guys. When I asked you before the Quincy High game, what's the last thing you're going to tell them? You said have fun. That hit me in the heart because that's really what it's all about. And if you buy into it and you listen and work hard.
Have fun and get the W.
Yes, and it's going to be fun. So, and with that, congratulations,
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for letting us come watch you.
Anytime.
Good.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
That's
Have
Greg.
a safe trip.
You got it. You too. And that's Greg Allmix, the head coach of the winning QND Raiders with the championship, the gold ball. God, I love it. I do love it. And I know his dad's looking down.
Oh, yeah.
Very proud of him.
He's smiling big time.
There's no doubt. Wait a minute. No, Coach Allmix was pretty tough. He's going to tell him what was wrong in this game first.
Well,
and then he's going to smile.
The last time I saw Coach Allmix, I believe I brought my Marengo team down to play at the QND shootout, and he came down after the game, and he was just grinning ear to ear.
Oh, he's a good guy. And, again, I know when Steve made the Hall of Fame at Culver, it was 1 year after, a couple years after Don had passed away, or Coach Allmix in my book. As I told Greg not long ago, hey, now you're Coach Allmix Sr., because I always called him Coach Allmix Jr., because the only one I knew was Mr. Don Allmix, and I do say Mr. Well, Coach, it's been a wonderful weekend, a lot of fun, and we capped it off with a championship. Pretty good.
Great time. Notre Dame, I think they've earned a little bit of respect. I think they've earned a little bit of respect statewide now.
Right.
Hey, you know what I mean? I know you see the Nesto Hoops poll, whatever, had them second in 2A, blah, 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 blah. But you come down here undefeated, beating 2 Western Big Six teams, and you get a 3 seed. I'm sorry. You should have been a 1 or a 2.
But guess what? You walk away with the 1, and that's the biggest key out here.
Well, it's one of those things. Respect. Here it comes.
And we thank Greg Howell. He kind of handles all the we met him 10 years ago here, I did, and I've seen him all around. Great guy, great announcer, and he's tied in with our great buddy Joe and Danny up in Moline, and we also have Kenny Jacoby up there doing games, and that's kind of the fraternity, and I like that as well. Well, Coach, I'm going to give you one more last word.
Hey, great effort, by the Raiders, especially on the defensive end. When they had to have the stops, they had the stops tonight. And, You know, I thought they did a good job on transition offense, get some easy looks going to the basket. Like where this team's going, I think they can even get better. So, you know, get ready, Raider fans. You might have a long, long trip coming up.
I think that's a good idea. We've got a short one home compared to that other trip. And with that, and Coach Pettit's words, I'm Jeff Wellman. It's been a lot of fun here. It's been the State Farm Classic. The gold ball comes home to the Pitt QND with the final score. It's QND Raiders 72 and the Joliet Catholic Hilltoppers 59. This has been Raider Basketball at MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
QND Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QND Honda.
And QND Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QND Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QND makes it easy.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.